slow start for the Mustangs, but they have certainly turned it on since. Cal Poly right now is the first team out in the Big West based on the standings. Cal Poly at 3-6. Cal State Bakersfield, UC Riverside, both tied for last place in the standings. Remember, we are hitting the halfway point for many teams here tonight. So you do not want to find yourself falling farther and farther behind as the weeks and games start slipping away. Long Beach State is Hawaii's opponent coming up on Saturday. And right now the Beach has a 34-31 lead at UC Riverside. It is at halftime there. Long Beach State 4-5 in the Big West. That currently is good for 7th. It is been Isaiah Lewis off the bench. 11 points in 19 minutes, including a couple of threes, leading the Beach. No one really getting going for UC Riverside in that contest. Also going on, UC Davis up at the half on CSUN, 48-44. UC Davis is tied with UC San Diego at 5-4 in the Big West standings, and right now being led by 13 from Connor Sevilla with a couple of threes, 10 for Isaiah Chappelle, 10 for Marcus Wilson. The other game that has some significant importance tonight is going on in La Jolla, California. UC Santa Barbara, arguably the hottest team in the Big West. UC Santa Barbara leading at UC San Diego 35-22. That game is at the half. UCSB at 6-3, UCSD at 5-4, and it has been Miro Little, 7 for UC Santa Barbara with 5 rebounds. A strong start for the Gauchos. UC San Diego has been a little beatable here this year after winning the Big West Conference Championship a season ago. Bull Danged It leads the Tritons with 7 points in 12 minutes in that game. Rainbow Warrior Countdown here on ESPN Honolulu is brought to you by Chick-fil-A Ala Moana. Make any occasion special by ordering a catered feast from Chick-fil-A Ala Moana. From nugget trays to salads and wraps, let Chick-fil-A Ala Moana handle the prep so you can enjoy the party. Our keys to tonight's game when we return. Hawaii and UC Irvine on Star Wars night. They've painted the bows as a villain. Sometimes the villains do win. What will happen here? Coming up next. You're listening to Rainbow Warrior Countdown on ESPN Honolulu.
Life can come at you fast. Minor injuries, illnesses, they usually happen when you don't expect them to. For the times you need medical care and your doctor isn't available, Straub Benioff Medical Center's urgent care clinics and virtual urgent care offer fast, convenient ways to get the care you need. Choose from in-person care at a neighborhood urgent care clinic or a video visit. No appointment needed. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/urgent care.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of BMW performance without a single piston or cylinder. A generation of all-electric vehicles designed and built like no other. The BMW iX, i7, and i4 revolutionize every drive into a thrilling opportunity to feel the pure rush of BMW 100% electric. But isn't that what you could expect from the ultimate electric driving machine?
Find your BMW today with a test drive at BMW of Honolulu.
Tip off your lunch game with Earl Hawaii. When hunger drives you, Earl Hawaii delivers with hot, stacked sandwiches, juicy burgers, crispy fried chicken, and loaded fries. Made fresh, fast, and full of flavor. That's a bucket every time. Whether you're at halftime or running the fast break, score big at Earl Hawaii. Visit us in Kaimuki, Kaka'ako, and Kapolei. Serving Hawaii since 2014. Earl, eat a real lunch. Go to earlhawaii.com today. Let's go, Bows.
Did you know emotional symptoms are common after a concussion? Anxiety, sadness, irritability? These feelings can make everyday life harder after a head injury. And if you've had emotional struggles before, recovery could take even longer. That's why it's so important to recognize and understand these symptoms are a normal part of healing. If you need help, contact a medical professional. Learn more at hawaiiconcussion.com. This message was brought to you by Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program, HCAM.
It's only getting every customer's order right. It's only a point-of-sale system connected by Spectrum fiber-powered business internet, helping you track hundreds of secure transactions. And it's all backed by 24/7 US-based customer support and local technicians. It's only everything. Get Business Internet Advantage free forever when you get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. Visit spectrum.com/free for life to find out how. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Hey, what you doing in the tree?
Oh, so then started photovoltaic on the roof. Then a ladder fell. Bro, I had to go bathroom, so I tried climbing down this tree. Now I stuck.
I don't think that's what they meant by go green.
Yeah, brother. Just help me get down.
If you want your PV system installed right, call a unionized electrical contractor today at 847-5341.
IBEW. Local 1186. Lighting your path to the future.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Tip off in about 8 minutes. Hawaii and UC Irvine here at the Bren Event Center. Rainbow Warrior Countdown is brought to you by Kahala, the original Aloha shirt since 1936. Pick one up for yourself at one of 6 Kahala stores island-wide or visit kahala.com. Quick update to our injury report. We mentioned Eli Chol for UC Irvine, who has a sprained knee. He is out here on the floor right now warming up. He is in uniform, although, frankly, looks like he's kind of having a hard time. I'm not sure if this is a ruse with Chol out there warming up because he hasn't, I think, officially been listed as injured, but he's out there, the 7-footer. We'll see if he gives it a go this evening, dealing with that sprained knee. Of course, Hawaii is without Aaron Hunkin-Clater for a 3rd consecutive game, dealing with the injured left foot. He is officially out indefinitely and is out here, not on this trip, so he will miss this entire road trip, and then we'll see what happens next week, Saturday, when Hawaii takes on UC San Diego. What will get Hawaii a win tonight? It is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. We've got you covered. We've seen a lot of times, not just in this building, but also in the Thunderdome, where Hawaii has gotten off to really bad starts and has never recovered. Hawaii almost did against UC Santa Barbara a couple of weeks ago. Hawaii cannot afford that against a team like this. Hawaii's got to start out so much better if they want to pick up a win here. And careless turnovers, can't have them. And if you do, got to get back defensively and force difficult transition opportunities. One thing that happened to CSUN, they got Hawaii turnovers, but they were challenged at the rim in fast break opportunities. Let's pause 10 seconds here for Station ID. You are listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
This is ESPN Honolulu, KKEA Honolulu, AM 1420 and K224FR, Honolulu, 92.7 FM.
When we come back, we've got the lineups and we've got Tip, the anticipated rematch between Hawaii and UC Irvine. This is Rainbow Warrior Countdown on ESPN Honolulu.
The Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union and HGEA present the Charlie Wade Show Tuesday at 6:30 at Ruby Tuesday, Moanalua. This is Kanoa Leahy. Join me and Coach Wade as we get the latest on UH men's volleyball. Catch the show in person at Ruby Tuesday or listen live on ESPN Honolulu or ESPNHonolulu.com. The Charlie Wade Show is brought to you by Castle Resorts and Hotels, IBEW Local 1186, Hawaii Pacific Health, H-Camp, and Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union.
The Wahine Experience, presented by Hawaii State Federal Credit Union, is almost here. Join us this Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Clarence T.C. Ching Athletics Complex for a free interactive event, perfect for boys and girls 8th grade and under. Meet athletes and coaches from 9 Rainbow Wahine teams and enjoy fun hands-on activities like long jump and mini hurdles, putting games, water balloon tosses, and even climb aboard a real sailboat. The first 100 keiki get a free swag bag from ESPN Honolulu. Kids can also complete a passport card to earn a free ticket to Beeman's Big Bash that night. Then head to Banco Arena and Stan Sheriff Center as the Rainbow Wahine take on Long Beach State at 7 p.m. A big mahalo to our sponsors, Hawaii State Federal Credit Union, Hawaii Pacific Health, Raising Cane's, and Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Visit ESPNHonolulu.com for details.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
I gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. Yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your pin. You know my car's my happy place. Keep a smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
We are at the Brett Event Center in Irvine, California. Hawaii basketball brings you one of the most anticipated regular season matchups we have had in years. The Rainbow Warriors getting ready to take on the Anteaters of UC Irvine. Both of these teams are 7-2 in the Big West Conference. The winner will have sole possession of first place by the end of the night. We welcome you courtside. I'm Josh Pacheco. It's great to be with you for Rainbow Warrior basketball as we set the table for tonight's starters, how both of these teams have constructed their starting fives. It is brought to you by Hardware Hawaii, customer first. We're hearing Star Wars music because it is a Star Wars themed night here at the Brett Event Center. Let's give you Hawaii's lineups as they have been announced. UC Irvine's have not officially been announced yet. In the backcourt for UH, Hunter Erickson. Erickson, a 6'3", 200-pound grad student guard from Provo, Utah. Joined by Dre Bullock, a 6'6", 190-pound grad student guard from Franklinton, North Carolina. And making his third consecutive start will be Isaac Finlinson. Finlinson, a junior from St. George, Utah, at 6'8", 185 pounds. In the front court, Harry Rulida, 6'9", 230-pound senior from Brisbane, Australia. And Isaac Big Fish Johnson, the 7-footer at 240 pounds from American Fork, Utah. Eran Ganat, in his 11th season, is 186 and 122 at the University of Hawaii. The Bows wearing black tonight. Green, white, and black trimming on the sides of the uniforms. Hawaii across the chest, numbers and letters in white. UC Irvine is wearing white with the name of the school across the chest, numbers and letters in blue. They've got the nameplate on the top of the back of the jersey, blue and yellow trimming along the bottom of the UC Irvine shorts. Their lineup looks like this. In the backcourt, you got Tama Isaac, a fantastic freshman from Christchurch, New Zealand, at 6'2", 207 pounds. Joining him, Jurian Dixon, a redshirt sophomore from San Diego, California, at 6'4", 195. Dixon is the team's leading scorer, just over 15 a game. Devin Saran, the redshirt sophomore from Istanbul, Turkey, in the lineup, 6'5", 190 pounds, returning to the program after taking a year at Stanford. In the front court, you've got Akiva McBurney Griffin, redshirt junior from Hamilton, New Zealand. He's going to make his second consecutive start and third of the season, 6'9", 225 from Hamilton, New Zealand. And the nation's leading shot blocker, Kyle Evans. Evans, a senior from Aliso Viejo, California, at 6'10", 200 pounds. He is a force in the middle for UC Irvine. Russell Turner, the winningest coach in UC Irvine program history. with 335 wins and 3 consecutive NIT appearances. UC Irvine back at home for the first time in a couple of weeks because they were on the road for 4 consecutive games. A rarity in the Big West Conference to be gone for 4 straight. But they are back and looking to try to get back to what they've done well playing at home, where UC Irvine is 6-3 this year. They were 13-2 in the Brett Event Center a year ago. We've got a very veteran officiating crew. Matthew Rukeson, Michael Greenstein, and Darren White working this game tonight. It's going to be Evans and Johnson to tip it up. Ball is in the air. We are a go here from Irvine. Hawaii wins the toss, and they'll go from right to left on your device here. Erickson, first pass near wing for Dre Bullock. Bullock one-hands it top of the arc for Isaac Johnson. The ball knocked out momentarily by McBurney. Griffin keeps his dribble right now up top for Harry Rulideff. Chest pass near wing Finlandson goes off the screen. Now top of the arc, Johnson contested 3. Clanks off the left rim. Rebound tap free. Loose. Volleyball around and out of bounds. I believe McBurney Griffin hit it last. Out at the baseline, it will be Hawaii basketball with 19:33 on the game clock. As the inbound floated in for Johnson to the baseline. Now out elbow left to Rulideff. Rulideff looking in, fakes the 2 against Evans, drives and kicks to the corner for Erickson. He drives baseline, kicks back out Rulideff. Extra pass up top, Bullock. He drives, goes up for a difficult 2-handed dunk and misses off the back rim. Dixon the other way, leaner against Rulideff goes on the fast break off the transition miss. 2-0 UC Irvine. Bullock misses the dunk. UC Irvine takes advantage of the other end. 19:05 to play in the first half. Erickson's pass for Johnson is swatted free and collected by Evans. The other way, Isaac with it between the rings for the angle left in McBurney Griffin. Hands off to Dixon. Bounce pass back to McBurney Griffin. Leans, jump stop, reverse lane around Johnson is good. It's a 4-0 start. UC Irvine ahead, 18:45 here in half number 1. Erickson dribble handoff far sideline. Bullock chest pass across the floor. High slot left to Finlandson. Now to the wing, Rulideff, and he takes a 3 to silence the crowd and get Hawaii on the board. 4-3 UC Irvine, 18:30 left in the half. As that 3 is brought to you by Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union. Life matters. Isaac holding on to it high left. Hawaii's in a man defense. Goes off a screen from Evans. Isaac keeps it. Drives right of the lane. His 2 underhand right underneath Rulideff is no good. And the rebound taken by Erickson was just a little too strong, trying to maneuver it away from Rulideff. Left open, top of the arc. He'll take a 3 and knocks down 2 in a row. Harry Rulideff turns around what was a very slow start and gets Hawaii ahead 6-4. 17:57 to play here in the half. Hawaii's captain coming through in 2 consecutive possessions. There's Saran now between the rings. Evans, chest pass across the floor, right wing Dixon. Jabs off the screen. Good help from Rulideff. Dixon, chest pass high left, McBurney Griffin. Hands it to Isaac, who gets in the lane. Stops outside of the paint, goes to Evans 10 feet away. Backing down Rulideff. Evans leaning, turning, right-handed hook. That's off the left rim. 4 Rainbow Warriors in there to grab the rebound. And it's Rulideff who does and gets the slow outlet to Hunter Erickson. 17:23 left in the half. Erickson dribbling high right. Underhands it to Rulideff. Wants another 3. Misses off the left rim. Rebound tapped out, but controlled by Saran for UC Irvine. Ahead left wing Dixon. Drives on Rulideff. Jump stop. Fading 2. Knocks it down. We're tied at 6. 17:04 here to turning first half clock. Erickson walking the ball forward. Stops at the wing, up top for Johnson. Stripped out of his hands. Ball loose far sideline. And we get a foul here on Johnson for tripping up Saran. Johnson just got it poked out in his hustle effort to try to get the ball. He just undercut the Anteater player going for the ball as well. First foul on Johnson. And UC Irvine will inbound line. Hawaii a little sloppy offensively. It's been a little up and down. Rulideff's 2 threes. Wouldn't really say in the flow and movement of the offense, but important nonetheless. 16:45 left in the half. And we're going to whistle away from the ball. We got a foul on UC Irvine. And that's going to be on McBurney. Griffin away from the ball, extending out an elbow to create some space for a teammate. His first foul, he'll come out of the game, replaced by Harrison Carrington, a redshirt junior from Menlo Park, California. We've got 16:40 left in the half. We're tied at 6. Erickson dribbling high right side. Stops his dribble, floats it just left of center to Rulideff. Now near wing Finlinson. Gitas Namich's in the game. Wants it, has it at the low block. Backing it on Carrington. Turns around, trying to slip it around Carrington, and Evans is there for the block. Yet another one. Evans, the nation's leader in blocks, is 68th. They get it into Carrington, couldn't handle the pass. Slips low underneath his hands and out of bounds. UC Irvine gives it away. But Kyle Evans has been a menace. Nation's leader in blocks. He averages 3.19 blocks per game. That's also the nation's best. 16:09 in the half. We're tied at 6. Bullock, hard drive left of the lane. Stops, draws help, but he traveled. He shuffled his pivot foot. Wasn't sure whether he was going to pass it across the lane, go up for the lane, or kick it out. By the time he made the decision, his pivot foot was compromised. 6 apiece, 16:02 here in half number 1. Isaac dribble handoff for Saran, high left. We'll go over an Evans screen. Stops his dribble, top of the arc, Carrington around the perimeter left for Isaac and into the low post Evans. Back out Isaac, they get it into Evans again. Backing down Rulideff. Still backing him into the corner. Isaac, 3 left side, no good. Namicha comes up with the board and gets it out to Hunter Erickson. Erickson dribbles over Rulideff, now gets inside the arc right, draws help, leans in at the baseline, jump stop, his too good before Evans could get there to try to swat it away, and it is an 8-6 Hawaii lead. 15:24 here in the half. Carrington angle right, quick chest pass near side. Saran goes back right for Carrington, leans in at the low block, his two no good. Namicha may have had a piece of it. Loose ball comes back to the near wing, and Carrington out high right, Dixon across the perimeter left for Saran. Saran inside the arc to Carrington right at the slot. Dribble handoff, Dixon 9 to shoot, pulls into a long 3, can't bank it in. Rebound goes to Bullock, and he's looking to push the pace. Bullock behind the back dribble, gets in the lane, Euro step, floating 2, no good. Evans may have had a hand in changing that shot. Dixon the other way, his Euro step, his lay-in, that's good. And we're tied at 8. 14:45 left here in the half. Dixon's been the playmaker for UC Irvine all year. Erickson off a hard Rulideff screen. Angle left 3 is away. Off the back rim. Bullock gets the rebound, tried to save it, but he threw it under the bottom of the backboard. It's out of bounds to UC Irvine, and the Anteaters will have the basketball when we come back. 14:31 to play here in half number 1. It is an 8-8 game between UC Irvine and Hawaii. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of BMW performance without a single piston or cylinder. A generation of all-electric vehicles designed and built like no other. The BMW iX, i7, and i4 revolutionize every drive into a thrilling opportunity to feel the pure rush of BMW 100% electric. But isn't that what you'd expect from the ultimate electric driving machine?
Find your BMW today with a test drive at BMW of Honolulu.
Ready for UH football, man?
Yep, check this out.
Oh.
Surround sound, that works.
Oh, I'm ready, bro.
Yeah, watch this.
How come the blender went off?
Huh?
The blender in the kitchen went off, bro.
Nah.
Try again.
Oh, man.
Okay, we can make some like fruit smoothies.
When you want your home or business wired right, call a unionized electrical contractor. 847-5341.
IBEW, local 1186, lighting your path to the future.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Tied at 8 with 14:31 to play here in half number 1. Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu is brought to you by Waiakea Hawaiian Volcanic Beverages, naturally alkaline and always refreshing. Find us at a Times or Foodland near you or visit waiakea.com. It was looking a little odd for Hawaii those first couple of minutes. Hawaii looked like it was going to get off to one of those unfortunate slow starts, but Harry Rulideff answered that with a couple of threes, gave Hawaii a momentary 6-4 lead. It's an 8-8 game at this point. Rulideff 6 tied for leading scorer in this game, alongside alongside Jurian Dixon, 6 points. He is 3 of 4 from the floor for UC Irvine. Want to remind you, Rainbow Wahine basketball is coming up just after the top of the next hour, with the Rainbow Wahine taking on first place UC Irvine. That game can be heard on CBS 1500 with our pregame show getting underway at 6:50. Dave Kawada calling the action from Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. It will be Carrington to trigger it in. You see Jovan Jester into the game for the first time for UC Irvine. So is Andre Henry. Jester, a redshirt freshman from Pasadena, California, at 6'4", 195 pounds. And Henry, a grad student from La Cañada, Flint Ridge, California. Hawaii putting up full court press. A trap was put on, and Jester Jr. was able to get it away. UC Irvine breaks the pressure, and they're able to get it across midcourt left. Jester has it between the rings. Man defense guarded by Hunter Erickson. Looking left with his dribble, moves it right. Wide open, Saran for 3. That's off the left rim, but we'll get a foul on Gitas Namiksha with a push-off on Carrington going for the rebound. And Namiksha here on the near side is going to pick up his first personal. That's team number 2 here on UH. Jester will inbound to the baseline to our right. A box formation, looks in, right baseline, Saran leaning in with the dribble, floating 2. That's short on the right side rim. Erickson trying to secure the rebound, stripped out. Saran got it back, throws it across the lane left. Namiksha with a block inside on Carrington. Loose ball, it's on the floor, taken back by UC Irvine. Henry in the lane, pull up 14-footer. That clanks off the left side of the rim. Rebound goes to Finlayson. UC Irvine had its opportunities, but could not cash in. Erickson the other way, leaning dribble left inside the arc. Will bring it back out against the freshman Jester. Erickson twisting, finds Finlayson coming to the ball. Pass across right for Isaiah Curran for the first time. Finding Finlayson left. He drives, reverse lane, just lips out right. Rebound tipped in the air. It's won by Jester. Finlayson had a little bit of room going to the basket left. Jester the other way, leaning in with the dribble. Throws it out up top for Carrington. Back to Jester, far free throw line extended. Uses the dribble, skip pass right to Henry. Off the screen. Henry, bounce pass, slips it right. In for a tough 2. That is Emenike, the freshman from Cameroon who came in at the last stoppage. He misses along the right lane, but he's fouled by Harry Rulidev, who picks up personal number 1. And Ness Emenike, the 6'10", 225-pound freshman, will head to the line. Emenike, a 36.4% free throw shooter entering in. First foul shot for him. Right-handed shot away, off the back rim, and falls out front. Yacine Toomey enters in for UH, replacing Harry Rulidev. Toomey, a 6'10", 200-pound grad student from France. That sub brought to you by Dial Electric Supply. They see the light. One more for Emenike. Right-handed free throw, clanks off the back rim, rebound. Finlayson tried to throw it off of Carrington. It stayed in bounds. And Devin Sarin is able to finish it. An unfortunate break for Hawaii. It goes UC Irvine's way. We get a foul on Sarin, trying to guard Kerr. Or Saran, I beg your pardon. His first. As we'll see Tama Isaac back in. 10-8 UC Irvine, 13:02 left in the half. Bullock back in, replacing Finlayson. Hawaii has turned the ball over 4 times here in the first almost 7 minutes, as the inbound thrown in far sideline for Erickson. Back to Isaiah Kerr above the right wing. Hassled by Isaac. Back to the top of the arc. Erickson off a Toomey screen. He lost the ball on a dribble, but a late whistle. And they're going to call Jester for the foul, forcing the ball to be jostled out of the dribbling hands of Erickson. First foul on the freshman Jester. And the inbound once again thrown into Erickson from Kerr. UC Irvine's relentless man-to-man defense. Erickson crossover dribble, pocket pick by Jester, kept it in bounds near sideline. Jester up the floor inside the arc straight away, underhands it left for Henry. Henry into the corner and Isaac. Isaac out to the wing, one hands it back to Jester right of the midcourt logo. To the wing and Carrington just above the corner now for Henry. Off the screen, Henry leaning in the lane left. His 2 missed it short. Emenike, the offensive rebound. Left hand put back is good. UC Irvine's got a 4-point advantage, 12-8. 12-21. left in the half. And the Anteaters are leading all the hustle categories. Erickson stops his dribble right at the angle. Hassled again by Jester, who's played tremendous defense. Out between the rings to Kerr, gets a Toomey screen. Kerr leaning left, stops with a low block, out toward the corner, and Erickson over his shoulder left to Kerr. Open for three, knocks it down. Third three for Hawaii here in the half, and it's Kerr who knocks that down to get the Bows within one. 12-11, 11:53 left in the half. Carrington moves it high slot left for Henry. Off a Carrington screen. Bullock stays with him. Henry stops right of the lane, kicks left for Isaac, get into the post. Carrington squares up 14 feet away against Namiksha. Carrington driving on him in the paint. Poked away by Bullock. Carrington recovers right side corner. Timer down to 5. He drives on Namiksha, leans in, floating 2 in the paint. That's good for about 5 feet. UC Irvine extends its lead 14-11 with 11:25 left here in the first half. Namiksha far wing for Kerr. Kerr floats it top of the arc to me. Takes the dribble weave to Erickson. Now gives it back to him, standing behind him. Off a Toomey screen. Erickson 3. That's off the left rim. Rebound. Toomey trying to fight for it, but he touched it last, going out of bounds. And Toomey's telling the bench, you should go review it. Hawaii will try to make that determination while trailing 14-11. 11-12 to play here in the first half. We got a break in the action as you're listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Who doesn't love a good pizza? Visit Slice of Waikiki, your favorite pizza by the Slice Shop. For over 13 years, they've been serving up huge, freshly made slices and delicious appetizers for locals and visitors alike. Drop by their new location at 333 Seaside Avenue to instantly satisfy your pizza cravings by the slice or build your own whole pie masterpiece. Visit sliceofwaikiki.com for pickup, delivery, and catering options. Slice of Waikiki, freshly made pizza with aloha.
It's the season of giving, and we're making it easy to share the joy. Take out a holiday personal loan with rates as low as 6.99% APR for 12 months. Use it for gifts, travel, or a little something special for yourself. Applying is fast, easy, and all online at hificu.com. Because when it comes to making memories, we're here for life. Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union for life.
Annual percentage rate disclosed is the lowest rate available at a 12-month term. Other rates and terms available. All loans are subject to qualifications and approval. Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates are subject to change without notice. Offer effective through January 31st, 2026.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
11-12 to play here in the first half. UC Irvine leading Hawaii 14-11. We'll go inside the numbers here in a moment as Hawaii basketball is brought to you by Lex Brody's Tire Company. Wear your University of Hawaii apparel when you visit any Oahu Lex Brody's location and get an additional 5% off your purchase. Why is UC Irvine leading here by 3? They're out-rebounding Hawaii 12-7, including 6-2 on the offensive glass. The Bows have turned the ball over 5 times, in part due to relentless space-eating defense by the Anteaters in the perimeter. Jester, we've seen that in the last couple of possessions against Hunter Erickson, has been an absolute pest on the defensive end, and that has led to some turnovers. And UC Irvine, all 14 points have come in the paint. That is not a surprise for a team that shoots about 33% from outside the arc, 33.5% to be precise, but they have not necessarily been great from outside the three-point line. They're 0 for 3 so far. Hawaii, meantime, is 3 of 7. Hawaii decided not to challenge that last out-of-bounds call, so the inbound comes in far baseline, and the pass for Tama Isaac is through his hands and out of bounds right in front of Russell Turner's bench. And Turner giving an earful for Akiva McBurdy Griffin, who threw that ball from the baseline. I could hear him from across the way yelling, "Lock in, Akiva. Lock in," as the inbound deflected out of bounds by Isaac. Dre Bullock trying to get it in for UH. Bullock, Isaac Johnson back in. Namiksha, Kerr, Finlayson, the 5 on the floor. Bullock trying to inbound it in. Throws it in far sideline for Kerr, who's picked up by Jester. So Kerr running the point here with this lineup on the floor. Jester overplays. Kerr off the pass, drives and kicks left. Namiksha 3 at the wing is good. Ketis Namiksha knocks one down. Hawaii has tied this one at 14. That is the 4th triple for the Bows here in half number 1. 10:51 to play here in the first 20. Henry high side left, a one-handed to the near wing, and Isaac off an Evans screen. Isaac in the lane, kicks to Jester in the corner. Drives by Finlayson, his 2 contested by Johnson, misses it short. Finlinson grabs the board, and Hawaii goes the other way right. Kerr will center the floor, goes to Demetrius, slot left into the wing. Bullock, he drives baseline, cut off by Isaac, leans in for two. Evans with yet another block as he was just waiting in the wings to swat that one away. McBurney Griffin comes up with a loose ball. Isaac the other way. Near side wing, Henry guarded by Kerr. Henry one-hands it top of the arc to Evans around the perimeter, left wing, Jester. Finlinson gives him baseline. Jester drives, pull-up 16-footer off the right rim, misses. Rebound tipped by McBurney Griffin, but it goes right into Finlinson's hands for UH. Finlinson jogging forward, crossover on Isaac, throws it out to Johnson, angle left. Dribbling right, chest pass for Namiksha, three at the angle, that rims out. Rebound grab by Jester. Down about a third of the way down. It was a good look on the line drive from Gies. The other way left, Isaac. Off an Evans pick. Isaac in the lane. Floating 14-footer. That spins around the rim and goes in. And UC Irvine retakes the lead. 16-14 Anteaters. 9:33 and rolling here in the first half. Namiksha turns around, finds Kerr now around the perimeter right above the wing to Finlinson. Top of the arc to Namiksha. Overhead pass left to Kerr. Thought about the three. Back to Bullock straight away. Quick trigger. Triple try. That's around and out. Evans comes up with the rebound. And he'll get it out for Jester. Quickly ahead to the near wing, Henry. Back out to the freshman Jester across the floor. Left, Isaac. Right in front of head coach Aron Ganot for UH. Isaac bounce pass left, McBurney Griffin. Gets one man up in the air and Kerr. Namiksha comes in, splits or strips the ball out of McBurney Griffin's hands. It goes out of bounds. It'll be UC Irvine basketball at the baseline as a number of subs come in here. Saran is back in for UC Irvine. So is Jareen Dixon. So is Carrington, joining Isaac and Evans. So 4 of the starting 5 on the floor, the exception being McBurney Griffin, who just came out of the game. Inbound for the Anteaters. Saran looking in, throws it to Evans, low block, back to Saran. Got Bullock in the air. Saran leaning, back out for Isaac, 10 to shoot. Isaac gets an Evans pick, uses it, one-hands it to Carrington, angle right, takes the three, drives on Rulidev, and draws a bump on Harry Rulidev in the perimeter. That's the second on the Hawaii captain. Here with 8:53 in the half, and really have just got back into the game. And just like that, Edis Namiksha finishes his cup of water and will come right back in for him. Tough break for Rulidev, who started this game with a couple of big threes. He's going to have to sit, presumably for a while. That's the 4th team foul on UH. Saran inbounding into Carrington, back to Saran, 17-footer right baseline, short rim misses. Finlinson grabs the rebound off the deck and will bring the ball up the floor himself. Isaac waits for him. Crossover dribble from Finlinson between the legs. Drives left side, cut off, turns, swatted by Evans right underneath the rim. His 3rd block already. Dixon the other way, finds Evans straight away, around to Isaac, right slot. Goes off the Evans screen. Isaac drives and kicks left. Was looking for Dixon, was thrown in front of him too far and out of bounds far sideline. But my, oh my, Kyle Evans continues to be a force right near the rim. Finlinson thought he had an opening to get that one up over him, and Evans said, nope. Was standing right underneath the basket and sent it back. 16-14 UC Irvine, 8:17 left in the half. Finlinson hassled by Isaac in the perimeter, gave up his dribble, almost traveled. Up top for Johnson, takes a dribble at the angle, finds Bullock. He'll take a three, and he hits. The 5th Hawaii three here in the half. It is 17-16 UH. 7:58 left in the half. Conversely, Hawaii has only one field goal inside the arc. Evans off a nice pass from Isaac inside. Got it at the low block right, put it off the window, and the Anteaters retake the lead. 18-17, 7:44 left of the half. Johnson straight away, fires a three. That one clanking off the backboard in the left rim. Rebound Isaac. Johnson was trying to catch Evans flat-footed. He looked away, then turned immediately and shot. And now Carrington was looking for Saran right corner. Saran cut baseline, and Carrington threw it well behind him and out of bounds. Russell Turner, I cannot repeat what he said. Why would you blank back cut right there looking at Saran? It's 18-17 UC Irvine. Both teams frustrated. 7:31 left in the first half. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
This UH sports season, stay cool and go green with Malona Ice Cream. Malona's creamy, refreshing bars are the perfect treat for every Bows fan. And now you can enjoy Melona's new pina colada flavor, available exclusively in Hawaii. Whether you're watching from the stands or cheering from home, beat the heat and treat yourself to Melona. Find your favorite flavors at Costco, Foodland, Safeway, and 7-Eleven stores. Go green and enjoy Melona, the coolest way to cheer on the Bows.
Aloha, Kanoa Leahy here. I want to tell you about a special Kama'aina company I love, Kahala, the original Aloha shirt since 1936. Locally owned and operated in Honolulu, Kahala has been crafting iconic Aloha shirts for generations. To celebrate 90 years of Aloha in 2026, Kahala will be releasing limited edition shirts honoring each decade, from the 1930s to the 2020s. They look great and feel even better. Support local and check them out online at kahala.com, on Instagram at Kahala, or at one of their 6 locations island-wide.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
UC Irvine 18, Hawaii 17. We've got 7:31 left in the first half. It has been the Kyle Evans show so far. Maybe not when it comes to scoring, but he's already got 3 blocks. That puts him at 70 on the season, the nation's lead. That already matches his blocks per game average, which is at 3.19 coming in. Evans does a little bit of everything. He is the team's leading rebounder, just over 8 a game. He is their leader in field goal percentage at 63%. That is second in the conference in both of those categories. And just yesterday, one of 3 in the West region and a number overall to be named part of the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year watch list. Rainbow Warrior Countdown, or Rainbow Warrior Basketball, brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union for life. And that has meant it has been very difficult for Hawaii near the rim to get anything done. Hawaii is 1 for 7 inside the 3-point line, 5 for 12 outside of it. That is how the Rainbow Warriors have had to rely on getting their point production. Harry Rulineff has knocked down a couple of threes. Dre Bullock, Gitas Naviksha, Isaac Kerr have each drained 1. But sometimes you just can't afford to live and die by the 3. This could potentially have to be one of those games, however, as Naviksha will inbound sideline to our right. UC Irvine picking up full court as the inbound goes into Hunter Erickson, who's hassled by Jovan Jester Jr. Erickson dribbling right side, spins on Jester, finds Isaac Johnson inside the arc, left of center to the near wing, and Bullock, who almost traveled. They bounce it into the post. Erickson back out Johnson, fakes the 3. Sees some players move around. Outright to Kerr to the free throw line. Back out right Johnson. Driving on Evans. Lost the dribble. Recovers. 4 to shoot. Leaner on Evans. No good. Rebound tap free. It's won by Dixon. He's looking to run ahead. Floats it left for Saran. Baseline. He straddles the baseline, but did he step on it? Yes, he did. And Carrington looked like he took a shot from Johnson. Turned around, gave him a look. And Matthew Rukeson, the official, steps in immediately and says, hey, let's calm it down. Don't need anything to happen. And cooler heads do indeed prevail. It's an 18-17 UC Irvine advantage, 6:52 left in the half. Kerr dribbling right, gets a Johnson screen. Out high right to Naviksha, drives on Carrington, baseline. He's cut off and he stepped on the baseline. So Hawaii gives it right back. Both teams now with 6 turnovers. And the shot clock, and I think game clock, did not start here right off the UC Irvine inbound. So they'll get that corrected. The scoring has kind of run a little dry here the last couple of minutes. It's been defense and turnovers that have kind of won the day here. 28 now on the shot clock, 6:41 on the game clock. 18-17, UC Irvine ahead of Hawaii. Devin Saran guarded by Bullock. Works off of Evans' screen. Saran keeps the bounce, floats it for Evans in the paint, leans on Johnson. Right hand too strong. Tap back no from Carrington. Evans' third chance, hammered from behind. That may be Bullock off the backside, and it is. Dre Bullock picking up his first foul. UC Irvine has been the most dominant team here on the boards, and it has not been close. 20-10, UC Irvine on the glass. 8-2 offensively. First free throw from Evans coming, and it's good. First point from the free throw line for UC Irvine tonight. They were 9 of 24 from the field. Haven't hit from 3 yet. Second one coming for Evans in a 19-17 game. Free throw is up. That's short. Rebound grabbed by Yassine Toomey, who's just coming in. By the way, Johnson left the game. He is clutching his left shoulder as he's beyond the bench, working with the trainer right now. Demetra high left for Dre Bullock, away from a Toomey screen. Now we'll use it. Dixon goes right over it defensively. Bullock drives, gets Evans in the air, goes up, forces contact, and draws a whistle. And Bullock will head to the line, and I think they'll get Evans for the foul. It is. So Bullock will head to the line. But certainly got to watch for Johnson here, who's got that massage gun on his left shoulder in the back end of the bench. First for Dre is good. Hawaii's first trip to the free throw line here tonight. Brought to you by Hawaii Financial Federal Credit Union. As we see Emenike back in. Evans will leave. This free throw for the tie. And Bullock hits. We're tied at 19, 6:10 to go here in the half. Isaac Johnson is back on the Hawaii bench after getting a little bit of a massage in his left shoulder. Jester Jr. drives baseline. Challenged by Toomey. No good. But Toomey got a little bit of his arm and will pick up his first foul. Jester got a step on his defender in the perimeter and just said, I'm going right to the rim. Jester has been aggressive on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. First free throw misses off the back rim, however. UC Irvine starting 1 of 5 from the free throw line. They're a 68.4% free throw shooting team. Not great. Second foul shot, also off the back rim. Rebound tip in the paint, Carrington. And he'll get that one to drop. The activity on the boards from UC Irvine has been relentless. And then a loose ball. Erickson got it knocked free. It's on his side. He's straddling midcourt. Ball comes free. Carrington's got it. Carrington 2-on-2 with a two-hand dunk. Yet another Hawaii turnover, and it leads to points. 23-19 UC Irvine. Erickson will call for timeout. And he's talking to the official on the far side, Matthew Rukason. UC Irvine's perimeter defense has been hounding. It has led to 7 Hawaii turnovers. 5:34 here in the half. Hawaii uses its first timeout. Brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. And that is going to have to be a Hawaii adjustment. Is there has been all sorts of pressure, mid-court line down. So how do you free up your guards to be able to make plays, whether it is at the three-point line, at mid-court? Otherwise, your guards are just hamstrung. It's led to a lot of mistakes. And that timeout, I think, was much needed to have that conversation. We'll see how Hawaii adjusts from it. Isaiah Kerr will inbound far sideline. Demetra, Erickson, Toomey, and Bullock, the 5 on the floor. As Kerr inbounds right wing for Demetra. Back to the basket against Harrison Carrington. Throws it out for Erickson between the big rings. Twisting against Andre Henry defensively. Erickson finds Bullock. Running with it. Throws up a 2. It's blocked, but foul. Emenike called for the foul. Russell Turner thought he had all ball and that his hands were straight up. Emenike's first foul. What they're trying to do with Bullock is you pass it to him with a running start going right to left, so he catches it, and almost like a football wide receiver, you're able to turn the corner and try to get toward the rim. We've seen that on several occasions. Bullock drains the first free throw to make it 23-20. Five for Bullock so far. Second foul shot, good. Hawaii within 2, 23-21. Here comes full court pressure. Saran passes away from a trap in the corner. Finds Carrington. They give it back to Saran. He'll cross midcourt against Bullock. One hands it to Carrington at the front edge of the midcourt logo. Carrington looking left, dishes it to Saran. Hard dribble in the lane, right, poked out of his hands, taken away. Erickson has the loose change. 3-on-3 ahead. He has it high right, waits for Bullock to come down the floor. Erickson driving, stops at the low post, draws a double team. Back out for Bullock, top of the arc to Miksha, and looks around the perimeter right for Kerr. Hard dribble in the lane. Kerr travel. Tried to dribble toward the low block, and as he tried to stop his progress, he couldn't set his foot. It shuffled, and it's another turnover. Hawaii's 8th here in the half. 4:51. It's UC Irvine ahead 23-21. We've had 3 ties, 4 lead changes here so far. Isaac walking across the timeline as he comes back in. Isaac chest pass, left slot for Henry. Emenike sets a screen. Henry uses it, drives right of the lane, jump stop, floating 2, blocked by Toomey from the backside. They'll bring it ahead for Bullock. Top of the arc, Bullock looked right, now fires a straight on 3, clanks off the left rim. Emenike comes up with the rebound. That was the best look Hawaii could have had with no movement on each side of the floor. Isaac passes out high right for Dixon, centers the floor, floats it left corner. Henry fakes the 3. Erickson recovers. Henry drives, turns, draws help out left for Carrington. Henry comes back to the ball at the wing. He'll float it back to Carrington off the pick and roll. Back up top for Henry. Ball through his hands. He'll recover. 3 to shoot. Isaac top of the arc. 3 drains it. That's the first triple for UC Irvine tonight. Started 0 for 3. Anteaters lead 26-21. 3:45 left in the first 20. Erickson dribble handoff for Kerr. Finds Bullock between the rings. Toomey wants it high right. He'll set a screen instead. Bullock uses it. Drives, kicks for Toomey. Open 15-footer. That's off the back rim. Clanking off. And the rebound, Henry. He'll jog forward near side. Erickson waits for him. Henry driving left of the paint. Lost it. Off his leg and out of bounds. It'll be Hawaii basketball at the baseline when we return. 3:24 here in the half. UC Irvine's got a 26-21 advantage as you're listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Lex Brody's Tire Company would like to say thank you very much for supporting UH. Wear your favorite UH gear into Lex Brody's and get an extra 5% off tires, brakes, and most other services on top of LexBrodys.com Super Saver coupons. You're the best fans, and Lex Brody's voted #1 in North America is the best choice for brake repairs and to purchase tires. Please visit LexBrodys.com for additional details and to set an online appointment.
Thank you very
Lex
much.
Brody's Tire Company.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's long-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit LexBrodys.com for the best tire value on Oahu. Thank you very much.
Lex Brody's Tire Company.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
3:24 left in the first half. UC Irvine leading 26-21 on Hawaii. This Hawaii basketball brought to you by IBEW Local 1186, lighting your path to the future. It has been a rough start for the Rainbow Warriors offensively. 6 of 22 from the floor, 27%, 5 of 13 from three-point range, perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Leading scorer is Dre Bullock, 7 points, but he is 1 of 6. He's had to do his work from the free throw line. He is the only one who's gotten there at 4 for 4. Biggest numbers here so far. Rebounding, it's UC Irvine 23-12, 9-2 on the offensive glass, 7-0 in second chance points, 8-0 in fast break points. And the other one, points in the paint. It is 20-2. UC Irvine has dominated that. And it's been a mixture of guys. No one person has dominated this game thus far. Isaac Johnson back on the floor for UH. Gitas Namiksha, Isaac Finlinson, Dre Bullock, Hunter Erickson, the 5 on the court. Saran, Isaac, Carrington, Henry, and Evans on the floor for UC Irvine. Inbound against full court pressure into Finlinson. Will sling it baseline right, Johnson, or sideline right, and Johnson's going to be the one bringing it up the floor. Finds Erickson waiting for him, and they'll set up the offense. Johnson sets a screen. Erickson dribbles over it. Back to Johnson, top of the arc, around left for Namiksha. Namiksha, overhead pass angle left for Finlinson. Hassled by Isaac, tried to rip the ball away, couldn't. And that aggressiveness, as Finlinson tried to drive by him, led to the Isaac personal foul. That's Thomas' first, team sixth. So the next one on either side will lead the other team to the free throw line for the remainder of the half. Bullock inbound, bounced in for Erickson, just ahead of midcourt. Erickson over a hard Johnson screen. Erickson driving left, he kicks. Finlinson, long two in the corner, is good. His foot was on the line. They'll review that at the next stoppage. It's 26-23, UC Irvine, 2:45 left in the half. Off the screen, Isaac, bounce pass in for Evans, hesitates, got Johnson in the air. He missed the two, but the Big Fish is going to pick up his second foul, and that's important. Both of Hawaii's starting bigs now with two personals. Ruledeff has been sitting for a while with his second foul, and now Johnson earns his second, which means we may see a lot more of Yassine Toomey along with Namiksha, maybe for the remainder of the half. So Evans back to the line. I think Hawaii's wondering when they may look at that three that was called a two. Evans' first free throw is good. 27-23. Johnson out, Toomey in. See Dixon in for Henry. Kyle Evans at 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 blocks against Hawaii just a couple of weeks ago. Second free throw is good. 5-point lead for UC Irvine, tying the largest it's been, 28-23, with 2:40 left in the first half. Erickson will be afforded the opportunity to get across midcourt, dribbles off a Toomey screen, finds Toomey straight away, around left wing to Namiksha, back out high left for Finlinson, drives on Isaac, leans in, gets Isaac away, gets Evans up in the air, Finlinson in trouble, out for Namiksha, 9 to shoot. Namiksha to the free throw line, kicks right for Finlinson at the baseline, up for 2, difficult shot, no, Namiksha put back, no, Toomey third chance, no, fourth chance will go. I think they'll credit that to Toomey underneath, and it's 28-25. 2:04 left in the half. Driving is Dixon baseline. Bounce pass in the lane for Evans. And he'll finish with a two-hand flush. Flying right down the middle of the lane as the defense was sapped into Dixon. 30-25. Namiksha three-ball left angle. That's off the left rim. Evans has the rebound. Quick outlet for Dixon, and he wants to run. Dixon throwing it near side. It's behind Isaac and out of bounds again. Another turnover. That's the third time at least that UC Irvine has thrown the ball out of bounds, looking for someone who's decided to cut away from where a teammate thought he'd be. That's rare to see here in late January. 30-25, 1:35 in the half. Hawaii trailing by 5. Finlinson angle right, crossover dribble on Isaac, stops at the elbow left, throws it back between the rings. Bullock, head fake with the ball in his hand, drives left of the lane, leans on Evans. His two is no good. Rebound for Dixon. Bounce pass ahead right, Saran leans on Erickson, low block right, double team is there. He slings it out, Dixon, extra pass left corner. Isaac goes baseline, drives left, floating two, good. 32-25 UC Irvine, 1:08 left in the first half. Biggest lead for the Anteaters. Erickson off a Toomey screen, gets in the lane, jump stop, right hand floating two, no good. Missed it off the left rim. Evans didn't really have to leap up, but he still forced the shot change. And we'll get a foul in transition on Hawaii. That might be Erickson on a reach-in. And it is Erickson's first. But you can see when Evans is in the area, Hawaii is trying to change angles, get guys up in the air, trying to do something to ensure that Evans does not block a shot. Because he's already sent back 3, but you could argue he has altered at least another 3 to 4 more. So Tama Isaac shooting 1-1 off the 8th Hawaii team foul. Front end is good. 33-25. UC Irvine continues to just inch out this lead. It's a mini 5-0 run here. Hawaii's got to close this half out strong. It was a slow first couple of minutes out of the gate. Second free throw off the front rim falls in. 34-25, UC Irvine, 53 seconds left in the half. Kerr, high right, hands to Erickson, twists inside the arc. Erickson backs down his man, looks inside for Toomey, floating two, blocked by Evans. Another one is fourth. And that wasn't even a solid block. That was Toomey just trying to hurry it up, floating in the air, and Evans got about a fifth of his hand on it. It's a block regardless. He changes another one, and UC Irvine will use a timeout with 36 seconds left in the half. It's use it or lose it to try to set up what could be its final possession of the half. Kyle Evans is a difference maker. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 blocks, and Hawaii's offense is just all out of sorts. Once the Bows get inside the arc, it is just an unknown as to what will happen. As they might be looking at that Finlayson 2. Actually, I thought they would. That Finlayson 2 in the left corner that the official had mentioned was going to review. He put his finger up to review it. And I'm just leading the lips of Matthew Rukasin. They're going to look at that shot at halftime. So the Finlayson shot from about a minute and a half, well, a couple minutes ago it seems, they will take a look at it to see if it was a three, but that's going to have to wait about 35 seconds. It's about 11-second difference between game and shot clock. Dixon underhands it high right, Saran. Off a screen, Saran leaning left of the lane against Kerr. Scoop 2, no, missed it short, rebound Toomey. Shot clock is off here, and Eran Ganat tells Hunter Erickson, let's play for the last shot. As he crosses midcourt with 15 seconds. Erickson picked up by Andre Henry. Standing crossover dribble. When do they start to move? Now with 8. Erickson with 5 off a hard Toomey screen. And we're going to foul away from the ball. It's going to be on Jurian Dixon as Isaiah Kerr hit the deck. Dixon will pick up his first foul, and Hawaii will shoot 1-1 here with 4.1 left in the half. In a way, in a weird way, that might be the best case scenario for UC Irvine. I mean, Kerr has to earn the 2 points, and then the Anteaters get one crack at a possession, potentially, with 4.1 remaining in the first 20. Front end of the 1-1 for Isaiah Kerr is good. 34-26. Kerr scored 9 on Saturday against CSUN. Was 2 of 3 from the line that particular night. He's a 65.4% free throw shooter. Second for Kerr, good, 34-27. So Anteaters will get a chance for one last shot. Inbound thrown in for Isaac with 2. Isaac near wing. Henry, good look for 3. It's good. And UC Irvine is going to take a 10-point lead as of right now into the locker room. That is a heartbreaker, and frankly, that's a defensive lapse for Hawaii to allow 4 seconds baseline to right wing, a 21-foot 3. Contested, yes, but to allow a pass, 2 passes from 4.1 baseline to wing and a 3 is inexcusable. And Eran Ganat was very quick to head down the bench and into the locker room. That tells you how unhappy he is with that going down. They're looking at that 3, and we're going to stay here while they look at that. They may look at this 3 too, but they're also looking at the Finlayson shot from a couple of minutes ago that was ruled a 2. And they were looking at that to see if they're going to keep that as a 2 or upgrade it to a 3 based on video evidence. By the way, this replay review brought to you by BMW of Honolulu, the ultimate driving machine, inviting you to take a test drive of some of their exciting offers. As of right now, the score 37-27. It is UC Irvine leading Hawaii here at the half. but it was a bad start for UH in the first 2 minutes, and frankly, a bad finish for UH in that last possession. To allow a 3 like that to happen before the end of the break. 7 versus 10, that being the difference, it can be a remarkable difference. And as we wait for this review to wrap up, you're kind of left with just a pit in your stomach, knowing that you had an opportunity, you get a couple points from the free throw line, kind of dreading that last 4.1. And to have that as your worst case scenario go down is going to lead to some tense conversations in the locker room. So it's 37-27. UC Irvine leading Hawaii here at half. Review, by the way, is still happening, interestingly enough. And I think they've come to a consensus on what this ultimately is, but I'm curious and maybe we'll find out here from the scoreboard what ultimately comes out of this review. And I think I just saw it. They gave Finlayson the 3. So the halftime score is 37-28. So Isaac Finlayson 2 turned into a 3 based on review. Thanks, Matt. That replay review brought to you by BMW of Honolulu, inviting you to take a test drive of the ultimate driving machine. So your halftime score, and I'm glad we stayed for it. UC Irvine 37, Hawaii 28. You are listening to Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
This UH sports season, stay cool and go green with Malona Ice Cream. Malona's creamy, refreshing bars are the perfect treat for every Bows fan. And now, you can enjoy Malona's new pina colada flavor, available exclusively in Hawaii. Whether you're watching from the stands or cheering from home, beat the heat and treat yourself to Malona. Find your favorite flavors at Costco, Foodland, Safeway, and 7-Eleven stores. Go green and enjoy Malona, the coolest way to cheer on the Bows.
I'm Hal.
I'm Jerry.
I'm K-Hal.
We got your lumber.
We've got your hardware.
Bring your lumber list.
Email us your list.
Bring me your blueprint.
We've got you covered.
Get a quote from us.
Itajuti listahan nyo kanya.
Get a quote from us.
Get a quote from us.
We've got you covered.
We love our customers.
Go where the contractors go. Hardware Hawaii. Contractor's choice.
Attention Hawaii athletes and coaches, the 2026 Hawaii Strength Symposium is coming January 31st to the University of Hawaii Athletic Complex. Learn from elite strength and conditioning minds, including Jim Radcliffe, Leo Totten, Kenny Esquivel, and University of Hawaii staff. One full day, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., packed with cutting-edge training, culture, and performance. Registration is just $100 and includes lunch and gear. Visit koa'anuenue.org/events and get stronger and smarter, Hawaii. Spaces are limited, so sign up today.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent are required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
I gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistent sin, all over Febreze car clips right on your bed. You know our cars Hawaii's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face. When it smells just right, just right, just right. And breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
37-28, UC Irvine leading Hawaii here at halftime. We'll slice through the first half numbers in a moment. First, we pause 10 seconds for station ID. You are listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
ESPN Honolulu is Hawaii's sports leader. KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM. Part of the IO family of companies.
I'm Josh Pacheco here at the Brand Event Center at UC Irvine. A 9-point advantage for the Anteaters, 37-28 as we slice into the stats for the first 20 minutes. Brought to you by Slice of Waikiki. After the game, enjoy Slice of Waikiki. 21-inch pizzas, huge slices, the freshest ingredients, plus sides and salads at 333 Seaside Avenue. Open till 11 p.m. at midnight on Fridays and Saturdays. Really, the big story here is UC Irvine has been the more physical team from bell to bell here in the half. Not just on the boards, 27-15, including 9-4 in the offensive glass. Scoring in the paint in general has been all UCI, 24-4. But Hawaii offensively has been stymied by Kyle Evans. I mean, frankly, Kyle Evans has been a one-man wrecking crew inside. He has 4 blocks, and he has challenged many more in the first 20. Hawaii is 26.7% shooting from the floor. But here's why Kyle Evans has been so difficult. It's really been feast or famine. It's been 3 or you get to the rim. And Hawaii inside the arc is 2 of 15. Those 4 block shots and others that have been challenged and altered by the nation's leading block accumulator in Evans. Leading scorer for UH, Dre Bullock with 7 points. He is 1 of 7 from the floor. Harry Ruledeff knocked down 2 threes within the first 3 minutes, but he's only played 5.5 minutes because he's got 2 fouls. 5 for Isaiah Kerr off the bench. UC Irvine is 15 of 32, knocked out a couple of threes, including the last one here at the end of the half. Leading scorer is Tama Isaac. He hit that 3 to end the first 20 minutes. 9 for Isaac, 7 for Kyle Evans with 4 rebounds and 4 blocks. 6 for Devin Saran, 6 for Harrison Carrington. 6 for Jurian Dixon, not Saran. 6 for Harrison Carrington in half number 1. It has been UC Irvine controlling the most important stats here in the first 20 minutes. 37-28, UC Irvine ahead. We'll come back, take a look at the Big West scoreboard, and give you your second half must-need adjustments. Then when we return, you're listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
This place they call paradise, I call my home. Best to be born and raised local ground.
With hotels, condo resorts, and vacation rentals on 5 Hawaiian islands, Castle Resorts and Hotels is a Kama'aina favorite. When you need a place to stay to attend a tournament, family function, or a golf getaway, visit castleresorts.com for special Kama'aina rates.
H-A-W-A, 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 there ain't no other place like these islands.
Castle Resorts and Hotels. Born in Hawaii, built on hospitality, inspired by aloha.
H-A-W-A, there ain't no other place like these islands.
Have you been to Midas Hawaii?
Hello, Tim here from Midas Hawaii, where we are more than just mufflers. We are complete auto care, rated #1 in customer service. We strive to make your experience more enjoyable, whether it be for a walk-in safety check 6 days a week, brakes to radiators, or oil changes and steering. With 6 locations on Oahu, 2 on the Big Island, 1 on Kauai, our goal is to expedite your service and get you back out on the road. We also want to help you save money. For great rates, check out our webpage at MidasHawaii.com for specials, online deals for services such as oil change, safety checks, and maintenance packages. And let's not forget about our tire services too. Midas is a one-stop shop for all your car care needs and is proud to be locally owned and operated by the Pereira family. Come in today or call us for an appointment. Remember, it always pays to have the Midas touch.
Came for this, we do that. So it might as well.
Looking for a checking account that actually rewards you? Open an eLife or Kasasa Cashback checking account with Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union. Set up direct deposit and get $100. Already a member? Refer friends. They'll get $100 when they join, and you'll earn $50 for every successful referral. It's easy, rewarding, but only for a limited time. Visit hawaiiusafcu.com/welcome gift for details or stop by any branch. Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union. Life matters. Insured by NCUA.
Aloha from Waiakea. As a proud corporate sponsor of University of Hawaii Athletics, we're committed to keeping our athletes and fans hydrated with delicious volcanic water straight from the Big Island. Our water originates atop the Mauna Loa volcano as rain and snow melt, filtering through thousands of feet of porous volcanic rock and re-emerging at the surface as refreshingly crisp, naturally alkaline water. Learn more at waiakea.com and find us at most stores across the islands. Live aloha, drink Waiakea.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
37-28, UC Irvine leading Hawaii at half. If you're looking for Rainbow Wahine basketball, Hawaii and UC Irvine just over a minute in, no score. That is on CBS 1500. Scores from around the Big West. UC Santa Barbara defeats UC San Diego 62-48. CSUN over UC Davis 94-78. Cal Poly rolls past Cal State Bakersfield 104-79. UC Riverside comes from behind to beat Long Beach State 71-61. Second half adjustments brought to you by Lex Brody's Tire Company. Wear your University of Hawaii apparel when you visit any Oahu Lex Brody's location and get an additional 5% off your purchase. Let's be just upfront about it. Toughen up inside. Hawaii is being beaten down inside the painted area on both sides of the floor. Hawaii's got to be so much better on each end. And secondly, if you're going to start having to take threes, you got to start draining them. Hawaii is 6 of 15, but Hawaii may need a lot more than that in the second half. 37-28, Anteaters leading Hawaii. Second half when we come back. You're listening to Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. Coming up Friday, NFL Network's Daniel Jeremiah, Patriots insider Tom Curran, and Patriots fan and Oscar-winning actor Casey Affleck in studio. That's on Friday's edition of The Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Honolulu, Hawaii's sports leader.
Ted, I understand you have a brand new showroom 50 feet from your original location in the Waimalu Plaza?
We doubled our showroom size, and it looks spectacular. We now inventory more wedding rings, wedding bands, fashion jewelry, and loose diamonds. By being centrally located, we are now 25 minutes away from Kaneohe, Kailua, Mililani, Ewa Beach, Kapolei, and in town.
Pacific Diamond Wedding Rings, Hawaii's diamond experts and Hawaii's only gem cutter. On the web at pacificdiamond.us.
Having a drink tonight? Think again. The police will be setting up sobriety checkpoints around the state. So if you plan to drink, get a designated driver. After a party, ask to stay the night. If driving solo, call your family, a friend, or even a taxi to pick you up. There's no shame if you can't drive. It's better than not coming home at all. Remember, drunk driving, over the limit, under arrest. Don't drink and drive. Sponsored by the State Department of Transportation, County Police Departments, the Hawaii Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Guys, your New Year goals start now. Get limited time savings on our most popular treatments at Revive Men's Health. Visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com to see if you qualify to save hundreds.
Life can come at you fast. Minor injuries, illnesses, they usually happen when you don't expect them to. For the times you need medical care and your doctor isn't available, Straub Benioff Medical Center's urgent care clinics and virtual urgent care offer fast, convenient ways to get the care you need. Choose from in-person care at a neighborhood urgent care clinic or a video visit. No appointment needed. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/urgent care.
Lex Brody's Tire Company would like to say thank you very much for supporting UH. Wear your favorite UH gear into Lex Brody's and get an extra 5% off tires, brakes, and most other services on top of LexBrodys.com Super Saver coupons. You're the best fans, and Lex Brody's voted #1 in North America is the best choice for brake repairs and to purchase tires. Please visit LexBrodys.com for additional details and to set an online appointment.
Thank you very much.
Tire Company.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's long-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit LexBrodys.com for the best tire value on Oahu. Thank you very much.
Lex Brody's Tire Company.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Getting ready for half number 2. UC Irvine leading Hawaii 37-28. Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu, brought to you by Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union for life. Big student contingent sitting behind us. Good crowd behind us. Gotta say, a good couple thousand here in attendance at the Brent Event Center. It'll be UC Irvine basketball to start half number 2. Jurian Dixon, Tama Isaac, Akiva McBurney Griffin, Darren Saran, Kyle Evans, the 5 on the floor for UC Irvine. Hawaii has Hunter Erickson as Saran drives. Evans lost the ball off his leg on the pass. It's taken away by Dre Bullock. 4-on-2, up ahead left, inside for Finlandson. Up top for Rulinev, back to Finlandson, right corner 3. Good. Much needed 3 for Hawaii out of the second half. 37-31, the 7th Rainbow Warrior triple here in this game. Harry Rulinev, Hunter Erickson, Isaac Johnson, Isaac Finlandson, Dre Bullock, the 5 on the floor for the Rainbow Warriors. Saran one-handed top of the arc for Evans, reverses course, back to Saran, free throw line extended right, looking inside for McBurney Griffin. Erickson reaches around, knocks the pass away. Up ahead left for Bullock, who goes baseline, cut off by Isaac, looks out up top for Johnson, crossover dribble on Evans, Johnson to the rim, and flies in with a one-handed jam. Evans kind of overplayed the pass, and Johnson, confident off the dribble, took it right down the middle of the paint. 37-33, it's Hawaii by 4, and a foul in the perimeter on Harry Rulinev, trying to bump Isaac off the screen, and Rulinev just picked up foul number 3 with 18:56 in the half. They'll have to come right out with Gitas Namiksha coming back into the game. But a 5-0 mini run to start the second half for Hawaii, a much-needed response after the disappointing finish to half number 1. Andre Henry inbounds in for Tama Isaac over an Evans screen. Isaac drives and kicks right for Henry. Knocked out by Dre Bullock. Right in front of the Anteater bench. It will stay with UC Irvine. 17 to shoot. Henry came in a short time ago for Saran. Inbound overhead pass in McBurney Griffin. Hands it back to Henry. Now Isaac between the rings. Isaac slings his pass, high post right for Evans. Back to Isaac, hemmed at the baseline by Erickson. Back out McBurney Griffin, top of the arc. Dixon, left wing Henry with 5 on the timer. His 3 around the rim and out. Rebound goes to Finlandson. Gets the outlet to Dre Bullock near side. Bullock, step back, right angle 3. That's way off the mark left, didn't hit rim. Here comes Dixon, 3-on-2. Dixon spins on Erickson. His lay-in rolls in. UC Irvine has been good off of transition. 13-0 in fast break points. It's a 6-point lead. 39-33, 18-11 left in the half. Erickson draws help, throws it out right, taken away by Isaac off the bad pass. Isaac the other way, laying good. Spacing was poor, and I don't think Erickson could really see where he was passing it with the defender right in front of his passing lane. 41-33, 17:52 here in the second half. Finlandson dribbling in the lane, stops, throws out up top. Johnson, 3-ball. That's off the back rim. Finlandson gets the offensive rebound in the near corner. He'll try to drive into the lane, leans in, tries to roll right to left in the paint. He draws a reach in. Grab the arm. It'll be a baseline inbound coming for Hawaii. I want to see who they gave the foul to. Kiva McBurney Griffin picks up the foul, his second. Erickson will trigger it in. Far side of the floor, they get it in for Namiksha. Open 15-footer. Off the back rim, misses. Rebound, Dixon. Doesn't have the numbers, so he'll slow things down into the front court left. Throws it between the rings, Isaac. Now quickly around the perimeter right, Henry. Off an Evans screen. Henry between the rings, Dixon. Gets another Evans screen. He'll sling it to Dixon. Back to Dixon, another pick. Dixon in the lane, hangs in the air, floating two, no good. Johnson gets the rebound. Good box out on Evans. And here comes Bullock, far side of the court. Across right, Erickson. Now up top, Johnson, who drives on Evans. Twist. Johnson dishes right. Namiksha, reverse lay-in, no good. But Namiksha's harmed on his way up. Nice pass by Johnson. Namiksha cutting baseline right. They will give the foul, I believe, to Evans. Second on Evans, so watch for that here in the second half as Gitas Namiksha heads to the line to shoot a pair. We're going to need a lot from him here in the second half as the first free throw falls in. 41-34. 3 points, 2 rebounds for Gitas, who scored 7 in the first meeting. Second free throw all net. 41-35, and Hawaii's going to pick up full court. Bernie inbound, grows in far sideline for Isaac. Trying to get a pass away before the double team gets there, and does. Got it to McBurney Griffin, and back to Isaac across midcourt. Isaac over one screen, over a second. Erickson stayed with him to McBurney Griffin. Left wing Dixon driving baseline on Finlandson. Throws it across the lane. Out of the reach of Evans, but Erickson got a paw on it and swiped it out in front of the Anteater bench. It will stay UC Irvine basketball with 13 on the shot timer. And Isaac, the one to bring it in. We'll get it to Evans, hands it back to Isaac. Isaac to the top of the key, 9 to shoot. Moves it right, McBurney Griffin underhands it back to Isaac with 5. Up top, Dixon with 3. Dixon, crossover dribble, hesitates, 3 ball, let it go, top of the arc, missed it. Loose ball out to Erickson. Dixon was trying to draw the foul, and the defender didn't bite. Erickson to the low block. Back down against Isaac. Ball knocked free. I don't know if he lost it or the ball was knocked away. Up ahead, Henry. His lay-in good in transition. And UC Irvine once again, they take advantage of a Hawaii miscue, turn it into points. 43-35, 16:09 to play. Erickson, chest pass left corner for Bullock. Back to the basket on Dixon, twisting baseline. Back out Johnson, fakes a left wing 3, pushes it left to Finlandson. Finlandson drives, running right-hand floater, no good off the back of the rim. Evans comes up with a rebound. Kind of a goofy-looking shot outside of the paint. Isaac, hard drive right of the lane, kicks into the corner. Dixon, he'll penetrate on Bullock. Pull up 2, good. Around 12 feet. Dixon may have gotten away with a push-off on Bullock to create some space. Lead is back to 10. 45-35, 15:32 to play. Erickson dribbling high left, goes away from a Johnson screen, leaning left of the key. Out high left for Johnson, who steps out, takes a 3, hits it at the wing. A kiss, and Johnson's triple gets Hawaii back within 7. I mean, he had a defender right on him. He just didn't hesitate off the dribble. Isaac driving on Erickson in the lane, ball stripped out of his hands, but a reach-in foul called on Hawaii. And that is going to be number 2 on Hunter Erickson. So a stoppage here with 15:08 to play. UC Irvine maintaining its advantage, 45-38 on Hawaii, as this is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Tip off your lunch game with Earl Hawaii. When hunger drives you, Earl Hawaii delivers with hot, stacked sandwiches, juicy burgers, crispy fried chicken, and loaded fries. Made fresh, fast, and full of flavor. That's a bucket every time, whether you're at halftime or running the fast break. Score big at Earl Hawaii. Visit us in Kaimuki, Kaka'ako, and Kapolei. Serving Hawaii since 2014. Earl, eat a real lunch. Go to earlhawaii.com today. Let's go, Bows.
At Dow Electric Supply, we're your local-based company with your needs in mind. We see the light in Hawaii, and rest assured, we are with you all the way. Our sales counter and will call are here to serve Hawaii's electricians, developers, utility companies, businesses, and homeowners. The Dial Lighting Gallery showroom is open by appointment only. Go online to www.dialelectricsupply.com. Open weekdays from 7 to 3. At Dial Electric Supply, we see the light.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
UC Irvine 45, Hawaii 38, 15:08 to go in the second half. A reminder, Rainbow Wahine basketball can be heard on CBS 1500, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health. And it's UC Irvine leading UH 7-6, 59 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hawaii got off to a fairly good start here in this second half. They were down by 9. A 5-0 run got them within 4, but UC Irvine kind of pulled it back ahead, got back to 10. It is 7 here after the first media stoppage of the second half. Tama Isaac, 11 points. He's got 5 assists in over 20 and a half minutes. Jurian Dixon, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in just over 18 and a half minutes. Dixon has been active all over the place tonight. Hawaii just looking for someone to be able to really take the offense and carry him with them. And Hawaii has not really had anybody just because of the relentless UC Irvine defense. Hawaii is 11 of 37 from the floor. And I'm reminded of that game back in 2016, which Hawaii won despite being outshot by a significant margin and being out-rebounded. Guys like Sharif Dramé and Gibson Johnson on that team, who both scored 13 points, able to eke out a win over UC Irvine back in 2016. Hawaii might have to do it that way. UC Irvine is out-shooting Hawaii by about a 19% difference. Yet UH is right in it, as Isaac will head to the free throw line shooting a pair. Tama Isaac, a freshman from Christchurch, New Zealand. Played for the New Zealand national team at the 2025 FIBA Asian Cup, as the first free throw hits every part of the iron and falls in. In 2024, played some pro ball in New Zealand for the Canterbury Rams. Takes deep breaths, second free throw. Good. 47 from 38. Jovan Jester back in for UC Irvine as Isaac comes out. Jester, Carrington now in. Dixon, Henry, and Emenike on the floor as Hawaii breaking full court pressure. Erickson crosses midcourt, and Jester just hassled him every time he's been in the game. Erickson pass just above the left corner. Bullock looking inside for Johnson to get it there. 10 feet away against Emenike. Finds Namiksha flashing in the lane. Right side. Johnson able to go lane to lane as Namiksha gets the lane to get Hawaii within 7. 47-40. Jester off the dribble. 3 at the angle. That's around and out. Finlinson comes up with the board, and he'll bring the ball up himself near side. Hawaii going from left to right on your device. Off of Johnson's screen. Finlinson, skip pass right side corner. Erickson, he'll drive, dish for Johnson. Fakes the angle, right 3. Now Johnson will launch. And hits! The big fish with another. And the Hawaii's within 4 on Johnson's second 3 of the night. 14-17 to go. That 3 brought to you by Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union. Life matters. Johnson's found some confidence from 3-point range. Jester off a hard screen. That's going to be an offensive foul on Emenike with the elbow kind of brought out on Erickson. I mean, Emenike was somewhere in the middle of screen or just going down the lane. I mean, it was not anything fundamentally sound, but there was contact with Erickson, just kind of sideswiped him. That was an easy foul to call. Emenike's second. Hawaii on a little mini run here with 13:59 to go. Johnson angle left. Evans on him. Johnson throws up the 3 and draws the Evans foul. And once you start hitting those, as Evans just picked up his 3rd, once you start hitting those, it forces a little more respect, even with a guy like Evans. And Johnson just kind of baited him into that, as Isaac Johnson will shoot 3 free throws. Boy, how big could this be to get Hawaii if he hits all 3 within 1? The conference's leading free throw shooter. First one around and out. You know what it was with Evans? It wasn't necessarily that Evans tried to block the shot. Evans was right in Johnson's face, and there was just immediate contact that Johnson drew. Well, left arm was up as we're watching the replay. Second free throw's in. And when Evans brought the arm down, I don't think he thought Johnson was going to shoot the 3. Evans brought the left arm down right on the right shooting arm of Johnson as he let it go. I mean, from the replay we just saw, that's an easy one to call. But now maybe the game changer, Kyle Evans has 3 fouls, and he's got to sit for a little bit. 3-point game. Second free throw or third free throw for the Big Fish in. 47-45. UC Irvine by 2. Inbound far side for Saran. Bounces to Carrington, the inbounder. Gives it to Jester. Hawaii will back off. Rainbow Warriors are right now their biggest run yet, a 6-0 run. Jester off a double screen. Steps back to the wing, crosses over on Erickson, drives, dishes across the lane right for Carrington. And he is fouled by Johnson. And that's just as important because Johnson just picked up his third. Just as Isaac Johnson's been creating some momentum from outside the three-point line, he picks up foul number 3. I think Harry Rulideff's going to come into the game for him. That can just change this game right back the other way. As Carrington's first free throw is good, 48-45. Indeed, Johnson out. 10 points, a couple of threes for him. Rulideff comes right back in. Remember, he has 3 fouls. So they decide not to go with Toomey here. And given how tight this game is at such a pivotal juncture, they'll roll the dice with the captain, Harry Rulideff. Second free throws in, 49-45, 13:37 to go. Inbound for Isaiah Kerr, who just came in. Gives it to Erickson. Hawaii almost turned it over with that inbound against the press. Erickson right, driving in the lane, leans in, passes across the baseline. Now corner. Namiksha hits the 3. Hawaii with yet another one. It's 10th here in the game. It's a 1-point game. 49-48, UC Irvine, 13:15 to go. Jester lane line drive right. Throws up a wild 2. It's off the side of the backboard. Namiksha the rebound. And Erickson coming up the floor. Bounce pass right, Finlinson. He'll drive. Finlinson left-hand lay-in, no good. Ball hit off the side of the backboard. Loose to Rulideff. Putback is in, and Hawaii's got the lead. 50-49. The Rainbow Warriors have stormed back on UC Irvine. 12:50 to go. A 10-2 run for UH. Henry, high slot left off of McBurney Griffin screen. Drives, leans on Rulideff, turns, fades from 8 and hits. Now UC Irvine takes the lead right back. Rulideff has to be careful with his 3 fouls. He cannot afford to pick up his 4th. 51-50 Anteaters, 12:30 to go. Erickson between the rings. Over a screen from Namiksha. He drives. Erickson leans at the low block. Turns. He fades from 8. Misses. Rebound Henry. Erickson maybe forced that one, trying to draw either an open player away from the floor or away from the ball. Jester drives, dishes underneath. Carrington, easy 2 is good. Namiksha fell asleep defensively in the back line. UC Irvine back ahead by 3. 53-50, 12:02 to go. Erickson's got to be careful not to force shots when you've got it near the paint. Finlinson high left against Henry. Back to the basket. Finds Rulideff top of the arc. Clears Finlinson away. Rulideff with the dribble. Stops it. Finds Kerr high left. Off the screen from Rulideff. Kerr drives, reverse lay, and that's good. Right around McBurney Griffin. He saw a mismatch and was able to use his quick step against the big man to get right to the cup. 53-52 UC Irvine. 11:33 to go. Jester twisting with the dribble. Retreats back. Wanted to use McBurney Griffin as a screener. Couldn't. To Saran. High left slot. Back to McBurney Griffin. Hands it back to Saran. Crossover dribble on Kerr. Leans in. A tough 2. No good. Off the top of the backboard. But Kerr's arms just were down enough to draw the whistle. First on Isaiah Kerr. Timeout here with 11:20 left. Hawaii had a lead for a brief moment, but it's UC Irvine back ahead 53-52, 11:20 remaining. You are listening to Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
Aloha, this is Jeff Leonard from Napa Auto Parts Hawaii. For over 70 years, Napa's been right here in the islands, helping you to keep your vehicle running smooth. We've got the state's largest warehouse of parts and accessories, so when you need something, chances are we've got it right here. Whether it's a small fix or a big job, Napa's got the parts and the expert advice to get the job done right the first time. Stop by one of our 45 Napa stores statewide and let us know what you need. We'll be glad to help. Mahalo.
Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
UC Irvine leading Hawaii 53-52. We've got 11:20 to go here from the Brent Events Center. I want to update you on what's going on with Rainbow Wahine basketball, which you can hear on CBS 1500, presented by Hawaii Pacific Health. UC Irvine leading Hawaii 12-9 with 5:34 to go in the second quarter. Rainbow Wahine shooting 3 of 20 from the floor in the first 14 and a half minutes. We'll follow that game as we go here. UC Irvine at the top of the Big West standings on the women's side. Both Hawaii and UC Irvine tied at the top on the standings in the men's contest. Isaac Johnson started to come alive here for UH in the second half, but his third foul, Hawaii hopes, has not dimmed the flame. Gitas Namiksha hit a 3 shortly after Johnson left the game. He's got a couple of triples, 10 points for Namiksha. We asked the question, who would start to really step forward for UH? The problem is Hawaii's guards have not been able to be in that position, and that's been tough. There will be free throws here for UC Irvine as Saran drew the Isaiah Kerr foul. Darren Saran, who was averaging 10 points per game at UC Irvine before going to Stanford for his sophomore year, came back to UC Irvine, one of those rare returning players, and it's worked out well for him coming back here. First foul shot is good. Saran now with 3 points, 5 rebounds, but he has turned the ball over 4 times. Second free throw is off the short iron. Rulita barges his way in, grabs the rebound. 2-point game, 11:15 to play. Kerr, dribble handoff for Isaac Finlinson. Will look to bounce it top of the arc. Rulita squares Kyle Evans back in with his 3 fouls. Hands to Kerr. And Kerr is grabbed by Saran right on his hip. Second foul on the redshirt sophomore. 5th team foul on UC Irvine. But Evans back in there. Key moment. He's got 3 fouls. Hawaii took advantage of its opportunity to take the momentary lead with Saran, or with Evans on the bench. Kerr, top of the arc against Saran. Drives lane line left. Leans. Goes up tough 2. Good! And 1! And a chance for the lead at the free throw line as Isaiah Kerr took it right to Saran. Stopped at the low block. Muscled his way up. Got the 2. And forced the harm. Isaiah Kerr and Isaac Finlinson have both really had to step up in the absence of Aaron Hunkin-Clater, out indefinitely with that left foot injury. Kerr in this sequence, big. He's got 9 points, makes it 10, and Hawaii takes a 55-54 lead off the made free throw. 10:52 remaining. Hawaii will once again pick up here full court. Carrington inbound to Dixon, double team, hesitating to get there. Pass for Carrington is off the foot of Namiksha. So UC Irvine will once again get a baseline inbound. So they've got once again a full 10 seconds to get the ball across midcourt. Carrington has to get the inbound in, has to hurry it, and gets a timeout. Hawaii's full court defense forces UC Irvine to waste the timeout. And with 10:49 to go, Hawaii has a 55-54 lead on UC Irvine. With this stoppage, we'll step away. You're listening to Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Looking for a checking account that actually rewards you? Open an eLife or Kasasa Cashback checking account with Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union. Set up direct deposit and get $100. Already a member? Refer friends. They'll get $100 when they join, and you'll earn $50 for every successful referral. It's easy, rewarding, but only for a limited time. Visit hawaiiusafcu.com/welcome gift for details or stop by any branch. Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union. Life matters. Insured by NCUA.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hawaii's got the advantage here on UC Irvine. Or if we go by the Star Wars theme and the logos given next to each team, Hawaii representing the Death Star 55, UC Irvine representing the Millennium Falcon 54. 10:49 to go as Hawaii basketball is brought to you by Earl Sandwich Shops, a proud sponsor of UH Athletics, locally owned and operated. Selling sandwiches since 2014. Go to earlhawaii.com today. Hawaii has shot a lot better here in the second half. The theme is still the same. Hawaii's had to get a lot done from three. Bows are 4 of 6 here in the second half. They've hit 3 for the game. But Kyle Evans has been in a little bit of foul trouble. Hawaii's been a little more successful inside the arc this time around. I mean, still the numbers aren't great. Hawaii inside the three-point line is 7 of 24. But in this half, 5 of 9. UC Irvine is shooting 48.8% for the game. But they are 2 of 8 from the three-point line, which, if you look back to the last time they played, UC Irvine was also 2 of 8 from the three-point line. So UC Irvine will again inbound at the baseline. This time, it's going to be Isaac to inbound. He cannot run the baseline off the timeout. Isaac gets the ball into Jurian Dixon, and Dixon will bring the ball across the midcourt line. Dixon, Isaac, Carrington, Evans, Henry, the 5 on the floor. Isaac over an Evans screen, keeps the dribble, throws it out to Carrington, top of the arc. Dribbling left, Dixon waits for it, away from the ball left. Dixon over a screen, skip pass high right, Henry to the far wing, Isaac. They'll float it into Evans, ruling F on him. Evans backing him in, twist baseline. Evans reverse 2, that goes in. Difficult angle, still was able to lip it off the rim. Ruling F having to be careful with those 3 fouls. UC Irvine back ahead 56-55. 10-15 to play. Kerr, left wing for Bullock. Rulian wants into the post against Evans. They get it there. Rulian back to the basket. Back out to Miksha. Quick 3. That's good. Giannis with yet another one. His third. Hawaii's lead is 2. 58-56 halfway through the second half. The 11th Hawaii 3 in this game. That 3 brought to you by Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union for life. As ball's going to go out of bounds. Dre Bullock stripping Isaac of the basketball. The official says it went off of his foot, and it goes out. Dre Bullock forcing the 13th UC Irvine turnover. Just a little over its season average. Isaac will come out. Saran, who has committed 4 turnovers of his own, comes back into the game. Hawaii by 2, 58-56. Hunter Erickson back in the game. Looks for Kerr, left corner. Has it. Doesn't take the 3. Back out to the wing and Rulian. One hands it to Bullock straight away. Bullock inside the arc. Leans on Evans. Goes up. Difficult 2. Off the glass. No. And we'll get a loose ball foul. It's going to be on Dixon. With a grab going up for the loose ball. Crowd doesn't like it. Dixon picks up his second foul. And Hawaii's now in the bonus. That's the 7th UC Irvine team foul this half. And Harry Rulian will shoot 1 and 1. They need Rulian to stay in this game. First one, front end, off the back iron, misses. Rebound Evans. Hawaii 11 of 13 from the free throw line. That has helped keep them in. 9:27 to go. Sarad, one-hand pass near wing for Henry. Floats it high left to Evans. Back to Henry. Henry inside the arc. Bounce pass Evans in the lane. His 2 way off the mark. Missed it too strong off the glass. Rebound to Miksha. Rare miss on a good look for Kyle Evans. Kerr has it above the right wing. Skips it to Miksha. Quick 3, left angle. Well short. Rebound loose off the foot of Saran and grabbed off the floor by Carrington. Pushing ahead right, Saran finds Carrington trailing the play. Back to Saran right wing. And just above the corner, Jurian Dixon. Dixon off of Carrington's screen. Gets in the lane. Kicks back against Rulian. Leaner off balance 2. No, Rulian grabs the rebound. Dixon again trying to draw the foul. The officials wouldn't bite. Kerr, Rulian hands it back to Kerr. Dribbles to the free throw line. Drives on Evans. Left hand lane blocked. Saved in bounds by UC Irvine. 5th blocked for Evans. Dixon the other end. 3-ball way off the mark. Didn't hit rim too strong to make sure the rebound. Evans with his 5th block matches the 5 blocks he had against Hawaii 2 weeks ago. That's 10 blocks against the Rainbow Warriors in 2 games. And this one's not even over. Erickson finds Namiksha driving left of the lane against Carrington. Bounce pass in the lane for Ruledev. Couldn't handle it. Recovers. Gets his man in the air. Evans leans in. Runner 2 off the glass. Ruledev got it to go. Evans was a little over anxious, thinking he'd have another blocked shot. Ruledev got by. Hawaii's largest lead here, 4. 60-56, 8 minutes to go. Dixon slings it across the floor, left hand, right to the wing. Saran drives baseline on Kerr. Slings it across the paint, right for Carrington, just outside the low post. Twists on Namiksha. Carrington gets it underneath Evans. 2 men up in the air. Evans able to finish. What a pass. Evans just sitting there as defenders collapsed in on Carrington at the baseline, who had almost had his back to the rim. It's 60-58 Hawaii, 7:35 to go. Kerr right. Floats his pass, top of the circle to Ruledev. Gives it to Erickson off the screen. Erickson driving, lay-in rejected by Evans. Another one. His 6th. And they'll get a foul on Namiksha. Getting right as he was trying to stop a defender far sideline. Giedis is going to pick up foul number 2. It is a block party for Kyle Evans, trying to keep UC Irvine in this one. It's a 2-point Hawaii lead, 60-58, with 7:22 to play. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Aloha, Kanoa Leahy here. I want to tell you about a special Kama'aina company I love, Kahala, the original Aloha shirt since 1936. Locally owned and operated in Honolulu, Kahala has been crafting iconic Aloha shirts for generations. To celebrate 90 years of Aloha in 2026, Kahala will be releasing limited edition shirts honoring each decade, from the 1930s to the 2020s. They look great and feel even better. Support local and check them out online at kahala.com, on Instagram at Kahala, or at one of their 6 locations island-wide.
Got the cravings for Hawaiian food? Bring home a dinner feast from Young's Fish Market in Kalihi. Young's offers an extensive takeout menu full of local favorites. Get the Lau Lau plate for dad, Kalua pig plates for the kids, and the beef stew for yourself. From tripe stew to pipi kaula and lomi salmon to poke, phone your order in at 808-841-4885 or visit youngsfishmarket.com. Young's Fish Market, home of the famous Wow Lau Lau.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Kyle Evans is a one-man wrecking crew in the paint. He's got 6 blocks for UC Irvine. Yet the Anteaters are down 2, 60-58 to Hawaii with 7:22 remaining. And by the way, 6 blocks is not even a season high. The season high and career high for Kyle Evans, he had 8 blocks against Northern Iowa in the Cancun Challenge back on November 22nd. It was a game that they lost in overtime, 70-69. He nearly had a triple-double, including blocks. He had 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 blocks in that game. And if you want to do the math, this is the 4th game this year in which Evans has had 5 blocks or more. It is an incredible defensive effort, yet at the same time, UC Irvine, as proven, is going to need to do a little bit more, because initially the defensive effort by Kyle Evans was a key reason why Hawaii was down 9 in the first 20 minutes. He hit a little bit of a snag in foul trouble. Hawaii started the second half strong. They've hit 3s. The Bows have knocked down 5 here in the second half, and that has almost counterbalanced Evans' defensive prowess right near the rim. Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu is brought to you by BMW of Honolulu, inviting you to take a test drive of the ultimate driving machine, where you will find exceptional offers. It's UC Irvine basketball off the Namiksha foul. Carrington to inbound far sideline on the up 60 feet, 65 feet from the rim, going right to left. Carrington, Saran, Jovan Jester Jr., Kyle Evans, Jurian Dixon, the 5 on the floor. Jester guarded by Dre Bullock at the edge of the midcourt circle. Bounce pass high left for Dixon. He'll center the floor with his right-handed bounce. Across the floor, right wing for Saran. Off the screen. Saran leaning, right-hand scoop lay and missed that one short. Isaac Johnson back in with his 3 fouls, grabs the rebound. Bullock forcing the issue ahead. finds Johnson, open for three. That's off the rim, misses as that spun around. Namicha saves the ball in bounds, and it's right back to Bullock. Kerr at the wing, looking for Bullock. He's hit from behind. A foul, that might be on Dixon. There was an issue with the clock, by the way. It wasn't reset in time. They let it play on. Foul on Dixon's number 3. I think the official right now reminding the scores table, when possession changed, the clock had to reset, and it didn't. Hawaii's kind of fortunate thanks to that foul that the clock that they didn't stop play to get the clock right. 1-1 for Dre Bullock, who was fouled. The band's got their signs with arrows. Signs that say, don't get nervous. One says Hawaii 5, no. Run into the 1-1 for Bullock. Free throw away. Clanks off the back rim, deadens and falls in. 61-58. Bullock a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Winner, sole possession of first place in the Big West Conference. Second for Bullock. Right-handed free throw. Good. 62-58. With 6:51 remaining. Hawaii's full court pressure back on. Inbound to Isaac. Double team. And the pass off the left foot of Bullock on the kick. So that won't reset the shot clock, but it'll give UC Irvine a fresh 10 seconds to get it across right to left. That's the second kick ball. So Hawaii's trap a little more of a presence here the last few times. Inbound into Isaac again. This time Hawaii hasn't set the trap yet. Isaac one-hands it right for Isaac. He'll get across, or for Henry, I beg your pardon. He gets across midcourt. He's got Namicha on him. That looks like a little bit of a mismatch. Now finds Sarad coming to the ball off the screen. Sarad twists with the dribble right off at Evans' pick. Stops mid-block right out for Henry. 6 to shoot to Isaac. High slot left with 5. Isaac with 4, with 3 off the screen. Isaac driving off his foot. Loose ball. Dixon floating 2 at the baseline. It's good. They're going to hold on here and take a look at this one. They're going to look at the clock to see if he got it off in time. And it seemed like that final second took a really long time. We got some words here, I think. Bullock going to the far sideline. Henry talking. Both teams are going to go back to their benches while they review this to see if he did indeed get the jumper off before the timer. Boy, it was mighty close. It looked like he got it off, and he did. So they count the 2. It's 62-60 with 6:18 to go. And Hawaii will inbound at the baseline left to right. Dixon is just a big-time moment maker for UC Irvine. Had that game winner against UC San Diego with 28 seconds left. For a Big West Freshman of the Year. Inbound floated in Isaac Johnson, who will take the ball across midcourt himself. Stops his dribble at the three-point line, floats a dangerous pass to Namicha, now left of the midcourt logo for Erickson. One-on-one with Saran. Erickson finds Johnson above the left elbow, gets it into Namicha. He's been called for an offensive foul. With a push off on Carrington. As Namicha was trying to gain position, that's his third. So look at Hawaii's front court. 3 on Gitas, 3 on Rulidev, 3 on Big Fish. It's a 2-point lead, 62-60, 6 minutes to go. Saran floating past far side Henry, who crosses midcourt. We'll get into a half-court offense and find Saran. Back to Henry, about 28 feet away, right of the floor. We'll center it against Namicha. Dribbles over Evans' screen. Namicha still fighting over it. Now Henry drives right, stops at the low post, turns, fades from 10, and hits and ties it. 62 all. We got a brand new one. 5:35 left. I mean, he had the mismatch, but right at that jump stop, he had enough space against Namicha to hit the fader. Namicha gave up his dribble, bounces it high left for Erickson, across to the angle right, Isaac Finlinson. Up top to Namicha, around the perimeter, left wing Erickson. Erickson back up top, Kerr. Thought about the 3, drives instead. Off the dribble, twists on Henry, floating 2, way off the mark, left of the backboard. I don't think Henry got it, or I don't think Evans got it. The other way, Dixon stops in the low post. Is to his block. Put back, though, by Evans. And UC Irvine retakes the lead on the second chance bucket. 64-62. That has been a place that UC Irvine has dominated. Hawaii will use a timeout. With 4:54 to go, it is 64-62. UC Irvine has clawed back ahead. Second chance points and rebounds have been a big talking point in this game tonight. UC Irvine has led the rebounding battle from the jump, has a 10 rebound lead, 38-28, 10-7 on the offensive glass. Second chance points has been in UC Irvine's favor, 9-4. Points in the paint, however, has been all Anteaters, 42-16. So off the timeout, Hawaii finds itself trailing again. I don't think they credited Evans with the block. Trying to look at that last one. They did not. It was close. He's got 6, though, on the night. Finlinson will inbound, far sideline. Throws it in Isaiah Kerr. Kerr dribbling between the rings against Henry. Passes left wing, Erickson. Off a really left screen. Ball knocked free. Taken away by Evans. Erickson just ran into a jam. Ball got jostled out of his hands. Right wing, Dixon. Jabs. Off a screen. Dixon stops left of the lane. Bounce pass into Evans. Leaning on Johnson. His 2 off the left rim. No. Rebound tap free. Finlinson comes up with it. It's a big miss. Hawaii gets a defensive stand with Evans right at the cup. Johnson going against him. Dixon or Kerr driving. Lay-in, no good. He hits the deck hard as Henry challenged him in a 5-on-4. Henry, 3 right wing. No good off the back rim. Surround the offensive rebound. Throws it out up top for Henry. A fresh 20 for UC Irvine. Dixon right side wing off the Evans pick. Dixon pull up 13-footer. Leads and hits. 4-point UC Irvine lead. 66-62. Dixon trying to find the big moment. Erickson slowing it down off of Johnson's screen. Pass right side wing, Kerr. Johnson wants it to the post, has it. Backs down Evans, turns, left-hand hook. That's around and out. Rebound for Henry. Hawaii going cold potentially at the worst time. Isaac driving right of the lane. Floating 2 over Rulli. Left, too strong off the glass. Evans offensive rebound. Throws it out left for Henry. Thought about the 3. Instead moves it out high right. Saran and around the perimeter to Isaac at the free throw line extended. 10 to shoot. Now Saran at the edge of the midcourt logo. With 7. Drives off the screen. Henry left side. Finds Evans. 15-footer. Got it. And Johnson throws up his arm. Said, what am I going to do? UC Irvine is on a 10-0 run. And Hawaii will call for time. This crowd now rising up here as the Anteaters have turned this one around. 3:07 to go. This timeout brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. UC Irvine 68, Hawaii 62. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of BMW performance without a single piston or cylinder. A generation of all-electric vehicles designed and built like no other. The BMW iX, i7, and i4 revolutionize every drive into a thrilling opportunity to feel the pure rush of BMW 100% electric. But isn't that what you'd expect from the ultimate electric driving machine?
Find your BMW today with a test drive at BMW of Honolulu.
Aloha from Waiakea. As a proud corporate sponsor of University of Hawaii Athletics, we're committed to keeping our athletes and fans hydrated with delicious volcanic water straight from the Big Island. Rooted in Hawaiian values, we believe in honoring the Aina, land, supporting our community, and living with aloha in everything we do. You can find us at most stores across the islands or learn more at waiakea.com. Live aloha, drink Waiakea.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
UC Irvine leading 68-62 with 3:07 to play. They're at the Brent Event Center. They call it crunch time here. They're handing out mini crunch bars to the crowd. UC Irvine has answered the bell. Hawaii has not scored a point in over 3.5 minutes, and it comes at the worst possible time as Hawaii had taken a lead that was as high as 4. But missed shots, offensive rebounds, untimely turnovers. Hawaii has committed 12 of those. Have allowed UC Irvine, a good team, to take advantage. One of the keys we said coming into this game, which team takes better advantage of the other's mistakes? And we said Hawaii would have to be the one that would do that to UC Irvine. You can make the argument Hawaii has at times done it, but not consistent enough. But now in a 2-possession game, Hawaii's got to sink shots. The Bows have hit 8 field goals inside the 3-point line. 8 all game. Inbound bounced into Hunter Erickson. The Bows have 11 threes. Erickson over a Ruley F screen, stops his dribble, needs to get the ball somewhere. Bullock comes to ball, has it right wing, drives on Dixon. Bullock to the rim, reverse lay-in, goes over the backboard. And that's Evans once again, the help defender changing the shot. A wild, wild shot. Turns into a turnover. Gives the ball back to UC Irvine. Hawaii will inbound, will challenge full court. Inbound bounced in Dixon. Up ahead right, Saran. 2-on-1 left for Evans. His 2 no good, but Bullock flying in is called for the foul. And Kyle Evans, a good free throw shooter at just over 78%, will go to the line. Hawaii is 1 for its last 9 from the floor. Worst time to go cold. 2 free throws here for Evans. First one, good. 69-62. UCI is led by as much as 7, or as much as 10. It's 7 here. Ruley F comes out. So does Bullock. Namiksha and Kerr re-enter. Second one for the big man, Evans. Slight bend of the knees, right-handed free throw around the rim, misses left. Kerr the board. 3-possession game, 2:45 remaining. Erickson, pass high right, Kerr heads it back to Erickson. 1-on-1 with Saran. Wants a screen for Johnson. Twists off of it. Erickson fouled by Saran. That's just nifty dribbling. Erickson calling for the screen, knowing how tight Saran is on his right hip. He twists and plays off of that right hip to draw the 4th foul on Darren Saran. And Erickson will shoot 1-1. 9th team foul on UCI. Ruley F will come right back in, replacing Johnson. Got to hit free throws. Hawaii's been good there tonight. Front end of the 1-1, good. 69-63 with 2:35 left. Isaac was walking in, was right next to Erickson. They had a few words as Isaac walked back. Second free throw, good. 69-64 with 2:35 remaining. Inbound thrown in, Saran far corner, bounce pass. That's a kickball again by Namiksha. Trying to cut off the pass. That's the 3rd time. So UC Irvine will once again inbound, and once again we'll have 10 seconds to get it across. Hawaii needs defensive stops. Inbound in Saran, far sideline again. Goes to Isaac, middle of the floor, now near side Henry. Back to Isaac, and he'll cross midcourt. Underhands it high left for Henry. And he'll center the floor. He's got Namiksha on him. That's been the matchup here in the second half. Henry dribbling over Evans. Namiksha plays under the screen. High left for Isaac. 5 to shoot. Slings it left for Henry. Thought about the 3. Drives on Namiksha. Henry jump stop floating 2 off the left side of the rim. Misses. Rebound goes to Finlinson. Hawaii's got a 5-on-4 here. Evans coming down the floor late. Finlinson, top of the arc. Crossover on Henry. Moves it high left for Kerr. And now to Erickson. Clocks at 1:52. Erickson over a Ruley F screen. Drives left. Gets Evans into the air. Out for Ruley F 3. Bang! Big one for Big Harry. And with 1:42 to go, Hawaii's within 2. 69-67, 137 remaining. That's Rulidev's third. Isaac across midcourt right. Over an Evans screen. Chest pass left for Henry. They'll let time run. 17 to shoot. Henry to the free throw line. Underhands it for Isaac, who gets back to the middle of the floor. Dribble handoff left for Dixon. Dixon's probably going to be the playmaker here. Guarded by Finlinson. Away from a screen. Dixon driving on Finlinson. Leaning in. Right two. Rolls off left. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Finlinson. That is a break for UC Irvine. I don't think Hawaii's going to challenge it, and Hawaii shouldn't. It was clearly last touched by Finlinson. But a fresh 20 for UCI. And a baseline inbound coming from Saran. Before that, Rob Jones being warned to get back to the bench. Hawaii had two coaches that were standing up near midcourt. Saran throws it in for Evans. Gives it back to Saran in the corner. Double team. Gives it away. Kerr takes it right away and has the steal. 1 minute to go, a 2-point lead for UCI. 69-67. Hawaii has a timeout to work with. Erickson looking for Ruliev, threw it behind him. Taken away by Isaac. 1-on-2 to the rim, gets the lay-in. 71-67, 49 seconds left. Kerr quickly across midcourt. Hawaii will use its final timeout. Erickson was the hero against UC Irvine at home. They're the biggest mistake of the game yet. Thought Ruliev was going to sit at the three-point line. Instead, he was trying to flash down the left lane. Erickson threw it behind him, led to a transition two. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
ESPN Honolulu is Hawaii's sports leader. KKEA Honolulu, 1420 AM and 92.7 FM. Part of the IO family of companies.
With 45.8 to go, UC Irvine 71, Hawaii 67. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Rainbow basketball season is here, and Hele's running full court press on savings. Save 25 cents per gallon on fuel every day when you download the Hele app. That's right, save 25 cents per gallon every single day with the Hele app. Plus, use your Hele Kama'aina rewards points for a refuel or a spam musubi. Whether you're courtside or watching from home, Hele's got the winning play. Download the app to redeem.
Hele on!
Life can come at you fast. Minor injuries, illnesses, they usually happen when you don't expect them to. For the times you need medical care and your doctor isn't available, Straub Benioff Medical Center's urgent care clinics and virtual urgent care offer fast, convenient ways to get the care you need. Choose from in-person care at a neighborhood urgent care clinic or a video visit. No appointment needed. Learn more at hawaiipacifichealth.org/urgent care.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Hunter Erickson inbounding in front of us. 71-67. UC Irvine leading. 43 seconds to go. Inbound to Johnson. Fakes the handoff. Johnson dribble. Three. Got it. Isaac Johnson off the bounce. An angle right three. Back to a 1-point game. 71-70 with 39.5 to go. Big question for Hawaii. Do they foul? Inbound into Isaac, or how long do they let this play out? It looks like Hawaii will let it play out. 9.5 second difference between game and shot clock. And Henry's just going to stand and walk with the dribble right between the rings. Ruliev giving him space. Clock down to 23 seconds. 12 to shoot, and UC Irvine uses a timeout. Isaac Johnson knocking down another three. His third of the night. He's got 13 points. And UC Irvine going to try to draw up the play here with 23.2 on the clock. Let's reset this one for you. UC Irvine clawing back. This game has gone back and forth. We've had 6 ties, 10 lead changes. Hawaii at one point led by 4 with just over 8 minutes left. But UC Irvine took advantage of some turnovers and missed opportunities and took the lead right back. And that Hunter Erickson turnover about 25, 26 seconds ago that led to a transition basket right now is looming very large. That 2 points off of that right now, the difference here with 23.2 to play. But UC Irvine wants to make sure that it gets what it can. Now remember here, Hawaii does not have any timeouts. So whatever happens, make or miss, Hawaii's going to have to play this out to the end. UC Irvine's not a team that necessarily has been living by the three. They're 2 of 10 tonight. You've got to imagine UC Irvine is going to let this one drive down with the clock and try to take it right to the goal. Inbound will come from the sideline to our left. 30 feet from the hoop. Tama Isaac, Darren Saran, Kyle Evans, Andre Henry, Jurian Dixon. Crowd on its feet. Isaac inbound goes into Dixon in the corner left. Dixon draws help, looks in for Evans for 2. No good. Kerr blocked it. Second chance. No, but there's a foul with 16.5 left. Kerr went up and challenged Evans and I think got the first block, but a foul on the second chance. I didn't see who they credited the foul to, but Evans will shoot 2. It'll be a one-possession game regardless of what happens. Evans has been good from the free throw line. First of 2. Good. 72-70. 5 of 7. He's got a double-double tonight. 16 points, 10 rebounds. He's also got 6 blocks. Foul was on Namiksha, by the way, his 4th on the second challenge. Again, Hawaii's going to have to play this one out with no timeouts. 72-70. One more for Evans. Spin of the basketball. One dribble, another spin. Bend in the knees, free throw away. No good. Rebound won by Rulidev. 2-point game, 13 seconds left. Erickson across the timeline, hard dribble left to the baseline. Backs down Saran. Out left wing Johnson with 5. Johnson with 4. Johnson off the dribble. He is fouled by Isaac with 3.5. And Johnson will shoot free throws. And it's double bonus here for Hawaii. Isaac Johnson may have gotten away with a hook as he was trying to dribble around Tama Isaac. It looked like that arm came up. UC Irvine wants to have a look at this. Wow. Now, how big is this? So this is going to the monitor. Are they looking at this as a flagrant? Boy, what a time for this. 3.5 to go. Johnson, oh, that's a hook. That looked like a hook right around the left arm of Isaac. But the question is, what came first? Isaac's arm was up. Tama Isaac's arm was up. Isaac Johnson trying to dribble by. I think the other thing they might be looking at was their contact to the side of the face with Isaac as Isaac Johnson was trying to get around. What a massive, massive review here. With 3.5 left. For the moment, it's a Tama Isaac foul, and Isaac Johnson would shoot 2 free throws. But boy, could a call change here change everything. Our 3 officials, Michael Greenstein, Darren White, Matthew Rukeson, looking at this one. Isaac Johnson, his hand on the back of Tama Isaac. I guess another question here is, what came first? There's clearly contact on both, but what came first? I mean, it looks like a clear hook on Isaac Johnson with his off dribbling arm over the left shoulder and onto the back of Isaac. But what comes first? I mean, Isaac clearly has an arm on his chest before the dribble happens, but not something I would consider a foul. I'd consider that just tight defense, which has been played for 39 minutes and 57 seconds. Man, this is a really big time for one to potentially be decided here at the monitor. Conversation continues right in front of the scores table. This could potentially decide the game. I'll see if I can read lips here. I wish I could read lips here. Foul confirmed. Oh, wow. Foul confirmed on review. I think UC Irvine lost the timeout on that. They were looking at a potential flagrant one, I'm seeing now. That's what I thought I saw reading lips earlier to the TV guys. 2 free throws for Isaac Johnson. Clock has been moved to 4.1 seconds. That's the other thing they looked at, 0.6 added back. First for Johnson. Good. 72-71. Let me remind you for a moment that there was just over 4 seconds on the clock at the end of the first half, and UC Irvine was able to go baseline to opposing three-point line to get a 3 at the end of the half. Keep note of that. Second one, this for the tie for Johnson. Free throw up. Good. 72 all, 4.1 left. Hawaii guarding the inbound. Carrington bounces it into Isaac, running start with 3. And UC Irvine will use its last timeout with 2 seconds to go to set up a final play in regulation. And they're going to look at the clock, I think, to ensure that it is 2 seconds, or will they add a 10th or 2 back on? Isaac Johnson coming up clutch in the final moments. The controversy, the foul that was called that we ultimately would learn was being looked at as a potential flagrant, which when looking at it from that lens, because you can't overturn a foul. You can do that in the NBA. You can't do it here. But looking at it from the flagrant lens, yeah, it was not a flagrant by any means. They've added a 10th of a second back on the clock. So 2.1 to go. It is 72 apiece. Hawaii has had a really hard time in this building, trying to change their fortunes. They may need to do it in overtime. They need a massive stop here. Hawaii basketball brought to you by Hawaii USA Federal Credit Union for Life Matters. Isaac will inbound far sideline. Evans right elbow. Carrington left elbow. Jurian Dixon left corner. And at the low block right, Andre Henry. Inbound. Isaac throws it. It's off the leg of Namiksha. It's a kick ball. Again, 0.3 of a second came off the clock, but they're going to change it back to 2.1. So Isaac will get a second chance to inbound it in. Namiksha guarding the inbounder. Same formation. Isaac. Looking, throws it in, high post right, Carrington, turns, fades, in and out from 16 feet away, right of the elbow, and we will play extra time. That's all Carrington could do. I think they wanted to get it into the corner for Henry or for Dixon. That option was taken away, so it was Carrington at the right elbow. Turn, I think it was it Bullock? I think it was on him. And Carrington had a decent look. Couldn't knock it down. It was Bullock who was on Carrington. He just turned, leaned back to his right. That ball hit back rim, front rim, went out right. And we will play 5 extra minutes here at the Brett Event Center. This has been a thriller. We had a thriller 2 weeks ago at Banco Arena at Stan Sheriff Center. And we got another one right in front of us here. 72 apiece. Let's reset our game stats. Hawaii shooting 36.2%, 21 of 58. But remember, they were 8 of 30 in the first half, just under 27%. Hawaii is back. They've hit 13 threes, which I believe is tied for the season high. 13 of 26. That and 17 of 19 from the free throw line has allowed Hawaii to stay in this game despite its poor shooting from the field and despite being out-rebounded by 13, including 14-7 on the offensive glass. Put all that together, Hawaii, by the stats, you would consider kind of an underdog based on this fight. But this has been a gritty effort from this veteran Hawaii team. UC Irvine, 2 of 10 from 3, 12 of 20 from the free throw line, 46% from the field. Leading scorer, Kyle Evans, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 6 blocks for UC Irvine. 15 for Tama Isaac with 7 assists. 14 for Jurien Dixon with 6 rebounds and 4 dimes. 10 for Harrison Carrington off the bench to go along with 7 boards. Hawaii's leading scorer, Isaac Johnson. He's hit 3 threes. He is 4 of 10. Imagine your 7-footer being 3 of 7 from outside the arc and 1 of 3 from inside of it. 15 for Johnson, 13 for Gitas Namiksha with 3 trays, 13 for Harry Rulideff with 6 rebounds, 10 for Isaiah Kerr. Johnson and Evans to tip it up here in the center circle. Overtime here in Irvine. Ball in the air, and the Anteaters win the toss, going from right to left on your device. Isaac, Dixon, Evans, Carrington, Henry, the 5 on the floor. Henry off the screen left, gets to the free throw line, throws it out high right. Dixon into the wing. Isaac uses a Carrington pick. Good help from Rulideff. For 3, Isaac straight away off the short rim. Johnson the rebound. Rulideff let him open. He went to help off the screen, then pulled back. They were fortunate that Isaac couldn't knock down the 3. On the other end, Erickson stops his dribble, throws it out for Johnson at the edge of the midcourt logo. Dribbling hard right inside the arc to Rulideff, free throw line extended. Back up top to Kerr. Kerr, 10 on the timer against Dixon. Crossover dribble, leans in, spins, kicks out Rulideff. Right wing 3. That's off the left rim. Rebound goes to Dixon. Empty possessions on each end to start overtime. Henry, right side wing, gets the Carrington pick. Henry in the lane. Floating 2 left of the lane, misses off the left rim. Rebound hits the floor and is grabbed by Isaac Finlinson. Finlinson, Erickson, Johnson, Rulideff, Kerr, the 5 on the floor. It's Bullock starting on the bench. Erickson off a Johnson pick, gets in the lane, dishes left wing Rulideff into the corner. Finlinson 3. That's too strong off the far right rim. Rebound goes to Henry. Isaac pushes the floor to Dixon far away. Now Carrington trailing the play. Inside finds Evans. Johnson was slow getting down the floor. UC Irvine took advantage. 74-72 Anteaters, 3:33 to play. Erickson between the rings. One hand is his pass above the wing for Finlinson. Now up top, Erickson again. Slings it up top, Rulideff. Looking inside for Johnson, battling with Carrington. Into the corner, Kerr, they float it in. Johnson backing in, draws help. Johnson for 2, caught under the bottom of the backboard. Loose ball goes to Carrington. And Johnson right now just laboring down the floor. Driving is Henry, his 2, no, but he's fouled by Finlinson. That's going to be a decision for Iran Ganat with Namiksha at the scores table. Johnson is clearly laboring. He is slow motoring up and down the floor. You could see that affecting getting down defensively, led to the UC Irvine advantage on the last 2, and he struggled off the dribble there at the low block. As first free throw here for Henry. Good, 75-72. Mentioned the Finlinson foul, his first. Namiksha in, Johnson out. So that tells you Hawaii cannot afford Johnson winded, especially with the way UC Irvine has been getting down the floor. 17-0 in fast break points. That's a major number. Second one here for Henry to make it a 2-possession game. Free throw away. Good. 76-72 with 3:09 left. And noting Henry in for Saran, I think, to start here in overtime. Here's Namiksha left elbow against Isaac. Leans with the dribble ball, poked away, loose, taken away by Henry. 3-on-1. Henry to the rim, lays it in, and a foul. Namiksha got him on the arm. And UC Irvine swells out to a 6-point lead to start OT. Namiksha maybe trying to do a little too much with an arm right in the cookie jar as he tried to bring himself low. And one thing they try to tell you, when you got the ball in the hands, don't leave it down low. Bring it up to your chest, arms out, protect the basketball, and Namiksha didn't do it. It's a 6-point lead. Free throw makes it 7. 79-72. 2:51 to go, and Hawaii already backs to the wall. Ball tipped to Erickson left wing. Goes away from a Rulev screen. Dribbles, finds Rulev. He drives. Right-hand floating lay-in is good. 79-74, Hawaii's first points here in the extra session. Now Hawaii needs a lot of defense here. 2.5 to play. Let's see how aggressive UC Irvine plays it. 2 possessions, but lots of time here in OT. Dixon above the left wing off an Evans screen. Drives the right. Leads in on Rulev. Throws up a wild 2. No good. Rebound patted around to Namiksha. That was a shot that didn't need to be taken. Namiksha off a deflection. 3. Misses off the front rim. Finlandson offensive rebound. Put back no good. Misses short. But loose ball off of UC Irvine. Out at the baseline. It'll be Hawaii basketball. And Johnson will come right back in here for Namiksha. Boy, Finlandson flew and had a great chance. He just kind of hurried it up, knowing there were 2 Irvine defenders coming into his left, just short-armed the putback. Erickson to inbound baseline right. Throws it in right wing. Johnson back in. 3. That's around the rim. No. Rebound. Foul on Kerr on the loose ball. And that will be 2 free throws for UC Irvine. Both teams remain in the double bonus. That was a good look for Johnson right off the right wing. Just couldn't get it to drop. It'll be Jury and Dixon to the free throw line. 80.3% from the charity stripe. 79-74, UC Irvine in overtime. 2:04 to play in the extra session. First one, no good. Off the back rim and outright. UC Irvine has been okay from the free throw line, not great. That's been one of their struggles this year, 68.4% from the free throw line. Second one here for Dixon. 2 dribbles, free throw up, good. 80-74 UCI. 2:04 to play. Erickson jogging up the floor with the ball in his hands. Guarded by Saran. Over a Johnson screen. Saran stumbles. Erickson drives. Stops at the low block. Twist. Dishes across the lane through the hands of Rulev. Finlandson tried to save it, and he's out of bounds. He couldn't. I don't think Rulev was expecting the pass. And it goes through his hands and out. Hawaii needs to shore things up here. 1:47 to go, trailing by 6. As Henry will cross midcourt. By the way, timeout situation, both teams have won here in the extra period. Henry, standing dribble high left, right at the high edge of the U on the right. Down to 10. Henry over a screen, drives on Rulev. Lost the ball momentarily, recovers with 5, fading. 2 is good. From about 14 feet away. It's 82-74, 1:19 remaining. Hawaii's going to hurry across midcourt and use a timeout. It's lone timeout here in overtime as Hawaii now truly with its back against the wall with 1:16 left. This timeout brought to you by HCAMP, the Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program. Visit hawaiiconcussion.com. UC Irvine here in this extra session, outscoring Hawaii 10-2. UH 1 of 7 from the floor, 0 for 4 from outside the 3-point line. And then you add in the turnovers, which UH is up to 15. I think they've turned it over a couple times here in the second half. And it has been a recipe for disaster for a team that really did a lot to get back into this game. Was down 10 with 15 minutes to go. Tied it at the free throw line with Isaac Johnson. Survived a decent look from UC Irvine at the horn in regulation. Hawaii has had to play from behind almost all game. But they need a basket on this possession. And somewhat quick with 76 seconds on the clock. Erickson inbounding. Floats it in looking for Johnson. Has it at the low block. Gets Evans up in the air and gets a 2-hand jam. That's a great look on the inbound. 82-76. 1:07 to go in OT. Inbound far side for Isaac. He's double teamed. They get it back to Andre Henry. And Henry crosses midcourt with 1 minute left. There's 20 here on the shot clock, so this can be played down, but Hawaii needs a big defensive stop. They can get this all the way down to about 37 seconds. Henry dribbling up top off the screen from Evans. Right of the lane, trying to get around Johnson. Couldn't. Now twists around to the three-point line with 4. In the corner, Dixon stepped on the sideline out of bounds. So Hawaii gets the turnover they needed. It's still a 2-possession game with 39.5 on the clock. And they are now going to go to the monitor here. I'm assuming this is the clock. We got 39.5 to go. It's 82-76. UC Irvine ahead. Oh, it's definitely the clock. The clock ran, I think, for another 2 seconds. Looking back at the replay on the monitor. Yeah, it's the clock. And so the clock's now at 41.1. So about 1.6 put back on the clock. Everything matters here for Hawaii to try to get back in. Isaiah Kerr's in there. Erickson, Rulideff, Finlinson, Johnson, the 5. Erickson across midcourt. One hands his pass to Finlinson. Finlinson off the screen, gets in the lane. Finlinson lands, swatted by Evans. Evans with his 7th block. And a foul by Rulideff on Henry with 28 seconds left. Evans changes the game again. That is just remarkable individual defense right there at the goal. And Henry to shoot 2 free throws to try to put this one out of reach. 6-point lead, 28 seconds left. Henry, spin of the basketball, big bend, first free throw, around and out. I mean, you think of that. Finlinson was coming right down the middle of the lane. Evans was the weak side defender coming from the right and came in and timed it perfectly. One more for Henry. This is a big one. Could make it a 3-possession game if he knocks it down. Henry's second. Good. 83-76, 28 seconds left. Inbound quickly into Erickson. Going to hurry across midcourt. Erickson crosses over to the wing. Dribbles into a 3. That's an air ball. Rebound Dixon. A rebound. It was Dixon at the baseline, and he was fouled. And with 18.6 to go, UC Irvine can smell an overtime win. Erickson, that's not usually his specialty. 3 off the dribble, but seeing how little time was left, they needed the quick 3. It was open. That's just not his look. So Dixon will have 2 free throws to solidify first place for UC Irvine in the Big West. First one away, and it's good. 84-76 with 18.6 remaining. This one, you can see it on the faces of some of these Rainbow Warriors. Disbelief on the bench. Second free throw good. 85-76. Erickson with it, 15 seconds to go. Jogging across midcourt. Off the screen from Johnson. Erickson, pass deflected. Loose, back to Erickson. Corner 3, Rulideff is no good. Rebound Dixon. He'll hurry up the floor. Dixon's going to put home an exclamation jam with .7. 87-76. I don't think Hawaii's too thrilled about that, and I can see that. One of the coaches saying some choice words. 87-76. That dunk at the end does not sit well with UH. And there are some words. There are some words right now. Brad Davidson has some words with one of the assistants right now at the scorers table. There are no feelings lost. And you know what? If you're Hawaii, you let that dunk sink in your craw until March. boy, that stings. And still some talking going on right there in the handshake line. Some of the assistant coaches right now talking to one another and being separated. Boy, the energy right now, a little tense here. Very tense. Still some talking going on. And Hawaii now saying, hey, guys, let's get back to the locker room. Still some words here. Jovan McClanahan right now is talking to Russell Turner. And Juan Munoz talking to one of the Hawaii assistants. Some players now trying to get some of these guys away. The chirping is continuing. Brad Davidson talking right now to Russell Turner. This is getting intense here. And finally, we get some separation here. Finally. 87-76. UC Irvine over Hawaii. But I can tell you this much. That dunk at the end is going to sit at the craw of this Hawaii team, and they're going to have to stew on it for quite a while. 87-76, UC Irvine over Hawaii in overtime. We'll come back here in just a moment with the post-game report. You're listening to Hawaii Basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
This place they call paradise, I call my home. Blessed to be born and raised local ground.
With hotels, condo resorts, and vacation rentals on 5 Hawaiian islands, Castle Resorts and Hotels is a Kama'aina favorite. When you need a place to stay to attend a tournament, family function, or a golf getaway, visit castleresorts.com for special Kama'aina rates.
H-A-W-A, 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 there ain't no other place like these islands.
Castle Resorts and Hotels. Born in Hawaii, built on hospitality, inspired by aloha.
H-A-W-A, there ain't no other place like these islands.
Aloha, Kanoa Leahy here. I want to tell you about a special Kama'aina company I love, Kahala, the original aloha shirt since 1936. Locally owned and operated in Honolulu, Kahala has been crafting iconic aloha shirts for generations. To celebrate 90 years of aloha in 2026, Kahala will be releasing limited edition shirts honoring each decade, from the 1930s to the 2020s. They look great and feel even better. Support local and check them out online at kahala.com, on Instagram at Kahala, or at one of their 6 locations island-wide.
From pads and rotors to shocks and struts, coming to a full stop should never mean your business does too. At Napa, we are the pros that know brakes and suspension better than anyone. So when others are grinding their gears, our premium parts and exceptional service deliver results. Whether you're operating a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has exactly what you need, when and where you need it. Get the brake and suspension parts you're looking for right now at Napa.
Napa know-how.
Aloha, this is Daryl Turner from Napa Auto Parts Hawaii. As we celebrate over 70 years in the islands, I'd like to say mahalo to all our Napa Hawaii employees, independent store owners, business partners, and you, our loyal clients. Over the years, we've grown to 45 stores across Hawaii, Oahu, Maui, Molokai, Lanai, Hawaii Island, and American Samoa. We look forward to serving your automotive needs for many, many more years to come.
Napa know-how.
Mahalo.
How do you get 100% of your work done when you're 40% short-staffed? Across Hawaii, city and state departments grapple with thousands of vacant positions. And with fewer workers, that means longer lines at the DMV, delayed building permits, and slowdowns in essential services. The government could resolve this by offering more competitive wages and benefits. For you, we hope they do. A message brought to you by HGEA, because Hawaii works best when we do.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
87-76. A win for UC Irvine in overtime. These two teams have no love lost for one another. It was a classic in Honolulu just over a couple of weeks ago. Yet another classic here tonight. The University of Hawaii forcing overtime, and then UC Irvine outscoring UH in the extra session 15-4. And then, of course, the dunk at the end with the exclamation point, giving UC Irvine an 87-76 lead. Let's go through the highlights of this one. It was a slow start for Hawaii. A couple of tough possessions against UC Irvine's defense over the first couple minutes. Hawaii was down 4-0, and then it was Harry Rulideff got a three to get Hawaii on the board, and then it would be Rulideff following up with another. Left open, top of the arc. He'll take a three and knocks down two in a row. Harry Rulideff turns around what was a very slow start and gets Hawaii ahead 6-4. 17:57 to play here in the half. UC Irvine, however, would control most of the half. It looked like Hawaii was making some inroads. It was a 7-point game with about 4 seconds left in the first half, and what felt like at the time kind of a massive letdown in the final few seconds of the first 20 minutes came from UC Irvine. So Anteaters will get a chance for one last shot. Inbound thrown in for Isaac with two. Isaac near wing. Henry, good look for three. It's good. And UC Irvine is going to take a 10-point lead as of right now into the locker room. They went 4.1 seconds after free throws. Baseline, pass toward the opposite three, big pass down the floor to the other three, and it led to the three. It was 10 at that point. It would be 9 at half because they would review a shot from Isaac Finlinson that was ruled a 2 about a few minutes earlier. It actually was a 3, and so it was 37 to 28 at halftime, the lead for UC Irvine. But Hawaii tried to respond right at the start of the second half. A promising start to the second half, led by Isaac Johnson. Up ahead left for Bullock, who goes baseline. Cut off by Isaac, looks out up top for Johnson. Crossover dribble on Evans. Johnson to the rim and flies in with a one-handed jam. Evans kind of overplayed the pass, and Johnson, confident off the dribble, took it right down the middle of the paint. 37-33. It's Hawaii by 4. A mini 5-0 run at that point to seemingly get Hawaii right back in the game. UC Irvine at one point would extend its lead back up to 10 with about 15 minutes to go. But Harry Rulideff, who was dealing with foul trouble, you may recall Rulideff hitting those first 2 threes. Well, Rulideff would help Hawaii storm all the way back. Finlinson left-hand lay is no good. Ball hit off the side of the backboard. Loose to Rulideff. Putback is in, and Hawaii's got the lead. 50-49. The Rainbow Warriors have stormed back on UC Irvine. 12:50 to go. A 10-2 run for UH. That was a lead that would kind of ping-pong back and forth. It was very much short-lived for UH. It would get really into the hands at one point of Kyle Evans. He had 4 blocks in the first half. Evans was a game changer. He would do it again late. Top of the circle to Rulideff. Gives it to Erickson off the screen. Erickson driving. Lay-in rejected by Evans. Another one. His 6th. Yeah, he had 6 steals, 6 blocks there. He ended up with 7 in the game. UC Irvine was up by 2 at that point. Evans later would get a tip in that gave UCI a 64-62 lead. It would be a 3-point game toward the end. Isaac Johnson was fouled on a 3-point attempt by Kyle Evans in the perimeter. Johnson would hit the free throws that would ultimately tie the game with 4 seconds left. It sent things to overtime. Hawaii was slow out of the gate in OT, and UC Irvine, led by its defense, saw Andre Henry come up big in that final 5 minutes. Here's Namiksha left elbow against Isaac. Leans with the dribble ball, poked away, loose, taken away by Henry. 3-on-1, Henry to the rim, lays it in, and a foul. Namiksha got him on the arm, and UC Irvine swells out to a 6-point lead to start OT. They would go up 78-72 at that point and would not look back. Hawaii falling tonight 87-76. By the way, that we'll give the Rulidef back-to-back threes. We'll give that our Wow Lao Lao play of the game, brought to you by Young's Fish Market, home of the Wow Lao Lao. And we should mention Isaac Johnson, 17 points, 3 of 8 from outside the three-point line. Johnson was Hawaii's leading scorer tonight. Johnson, the ultimate performer of the game, brought to you by BMW of Honolulu. Proud to invite you to take a test drive of the ultimate driving machine, where you will find exceptional offers. We'll go through the final stats and talk with Hawaii head coach Eran Ganot in just a moment. 87-76, UC Irvine over Hawaii in overtime. This is Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
Did you know emotional symptoms are common after a concussion? Anxiety, sadness, irritability? These feelings can make everyday life harder after a head injury. And if you've had emotional struggles before, recovery could take even longer. That's why it's so important to recognize and understand these symptoms are a normal part of healing. If you need help, contact a medical professional. Learn more at hawaiiconcussion.com. This message was brought to you by Hawaii Concussion Awareness Management Program, HCAM.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of BMW performance without a single piston or cylinder. A generation of all-electric vehicles designed and built like no other. The BMW iX, i7, and i4 revolutionize every drive into a thrilling opportunity to feel the pure rush of BMW 100% electric. But isn't that what you'd expect from the ultimate electric driving machine?
Find your BMW today with a test drive at BMW of Honolulu.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Hawaii, start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 808-529-0000 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
Artie Wilson takes it strong to the hoop with a fast break of guests that are inspiring and encouraging. Every Friday at 9 a.m., Artie brings his fresh takes on UH basketball and football, the NBA, and more. Hear exclusive interviews, and the phone lines are open for your opinions. Mahalo to Ultimate Innovations, Brain Health Hawaii, Aiea Bowl, the Kahala Clinic for Children and Family, the Alley Restaurant, Stretch Lab Kahala, Kailua and Honolulu, CNC Cabinets and Granite, and Artie Wilson and Associates.
Attention Hawaii athletes and coaches, the 2026 Hawaii Strength Symposium is coming January 31st to the University of Hawaii Athletic Complex. Learn from elite strength and conditioning minds, including Jim Radcliffe, Leo Totten, Kenny Esquivel, and University of Hawaii staff. One full day, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., packed with cutting-edge training, culture, and performance. Registration is just $100 and includes lunch and gear. Visit koa'anuenue.org/events and get stronger and smarter, Hawaii. Spaces are limited, so sign up today.
Who doesn't love a good pizza? Visit Slice of Waikiki, your favorite pizza by the Slice Shop. For over 13 years, they've been serving up huge, freshly made slices and delicious appetizers for locals and visitors alike. Drop by their new location at 333 Seaside Avenue to instantly satisfy your pizza cravings by the slice or build your own whole pie masterpiece. Visit sliceofwaikiki.com for pickup, delivery, and catering options. Slice of Waikiki, freshly made pizza with aloha.
Hawaii basketball on ESPN Honolulu.
87-76, UC Irvine over Hawaii in overtime. Our postgame show brought to you by Chick-fil-A Ala Moana. Make any occasion special by ordering a catered feast from Chick-fil-A Ala Moana. From nugget trays to salads and wraps, let Chick-fil-A Ala Moana handle the prep so you can enjoy the party. Hawaii coach Eran Ganot's going to join us here in a little bit at our broadcast position to talk about this one. We'll go through the final stats in just a moment of what was a very difficult loss here against a very good team, but at the same time, little things here and there that we'll talk about: turnovers, missed shots. There's Kyle Evans in that conversation. a lot to really chew on here over 45 minutes of basketball as Hawaii's head coach joins us now.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you great. This one, emotional toward the end, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but kind of your thoughts as to how this played out.
Obviously, the game was won in the physicality, the rebounds, the turnovers as a byproduct of the lack of physicality. But I was very proud of our team's fight, obviously, to take control. And, there were some plays where we missed some good shots late and they made some tough fadeaways. And so in that sense, disappointed. I said to the group at halftime, what we're going into the second half, like, we're not there yet. And when we're there, we'll know. And that's when we are consistent in these areas. Now, I said something like on January 29th, 26th, this is where you can, people always say, learn about your team, you find things. And I thought they were tremendous to start the second half. They made some runs, we chipped away. We just can't give away a half on the road. That's part's obviously very disappointed, and our group came out here expecting to win, had our chances even in the second half. We're not there yet, but you can still see the glimpses. I'm proud of the guys handling, the lack of a couple of guys and giving them credit. They capitalize on the lapses. I think our defensive numbers are very misleading because the amount of pick sixes we gave up was significant, not just turnovers, but turnovers for layups. You can't. It's hard to overcome. We almost did, but we live and learn. We get back to work, and we got a quick turnaround.
22-0 on fast break points, to your point. But you talk about the second half kind of ebbs and flows. Strong start to the second half. You chip in. They swell the lead back to 10. Hawaii takes the lead right back. Describe, and I want to say it was probably in that middle point of the second half. You come all the way back and you take the lead. Describe what you were seeing. I know Evans was in foul trouble for a little bit, so he was off the floor for a little bit. But it wasn't just the three-point shot. There was Ruley to have a putback right there at the rim. What were you seeing as your team made that swell right back?
Oh, it was like I said, that's us again. The rebound. Look, we stat rebounds and winning plays. Oh, rebounds is obvious, but we stat winning plays. We're undefeated when we win the boards this year. Undefeated when we win the winning plays. And we were down 8-10, I think, in the first half. We tied it going into overtime. So we dominated the winning plays in the second half. That was a big part of it. The turnovers didn't also tell the story because the shots we were throwing at their hand or the shots we were forcing, we just had better shots in the second half. We shared the ball. We trusted each other. The combination of that had the grit plays like we talked about. The defense didn't have as many turnovers during that stretch we made our run. So, that was it. It's a byproduct of an approach, and the approach was consistent across the board, right? We started taking care of the ball, started sharing the ball, and it helped our defense because our half-court defense was pretty solid in this game.
How much did offensively your team have to adjust? Evans had his 7 blocks. It looked like for maybe the first half, a little bit longer, getting to the rim. There were attempts to kind of adjust shots so that Evans didn't get his hand on it and kind of play away from him. How many adjustments were made in order to kind of say, hey, you know what, Evans is Evans, but we got to do our thing? Was there any of that?
Yeah, we've been good there. It's interesting.